traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today is 12/13/2016, and what a couple weeks on Wall Street we're having. It's the Trump rally, guys. Remember, before he was elected, it was if Trump gets in, it's a disaster. And then he gets in and it goes straight up. So, just more lies by the talking heads, getting everybody on board. And now all the money managers, all the hedge funds, they're all calling everybody, you got to get into this rally. You have to. You're missing it. You're missing it. Remember, right here, they said if Trump gets in, this thing's going to be a disaster, and straight up. Remember the Brexit 2 guys back in July? Remember that one? If they exit, it's going to be a disaster, and it goes straight up. It's almost like the norm. They're getting people so conditioned. What up, guys? That no one will ever go short again. Put it that way. So again, puts in this market, terrible. Do not do it. You're going to get your butt kicked. There will be a time for that. If anything, right calls. At least it buys you time with the premium. If the premium goes down, then you're in pretty good shape. But at this point, it's a little bit crazy. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? So you got to watch for that. But you know what? 227.13 was the next area, and it just keeps going. Do we get to 230? Maybe. At this point, guys, it's just light volume, interaction. Federal Reserve, the FOMC meeting tomorrow. And I guess just let it keep pushing up, and in the meantime, I'm adding more shorts. We're covering positions, just slowly but surely. Now we're getting a little more squeeze at the end of the day. We're actually 17 cents up on the SPY. This is just getting nuts, guys. But the one thing we're watching here, though, is the IWM. We'll go through these. I don't know if I'm going to have time to make a video tonight, but check this out on the IWM. Hold on, guys, before you get, hey, no emotions. Hey, buddy, thanks for that card. That was awesome. That shows that I am appreciated here. Like I said, I love doing this stuff, but one day I'm going to have to charge. But like I said, it's going to be minimal. It might be in the beginning of the year because I'd like to do more live feeds. But like I said, I need more money to pay a guy to run my printing company. So if I could pay this guy a couple grand a month with the money coming in from my subscribers, then I could be here full time, guys. No, we'll see. I'm talking to my wife. I really want to do it, though. I love this trading stuff, guys. I love being on the mic. I love going through stocks, as you can see, scalping and all that good stuff, too. So, and my COD maybe charge $25 a month, $50 a month, something minimal. But like I said, I'm working on my website. It's a lot of freaking work. And honestly, these days, guys, I'm 46 years old, and I don't want to work too much, to be honest with you. But check out the IWM. We had this trend line up here. It's not perfectly into this high pivot, but we ran into it the other day, which is, catching my attention. I did have an area around 135.88. We jammed right through. We did stop at the 132.90 for, and we did pull back that day. I thought for sure, it's like, wow, we got a nice pullback, but let's see if we do an inside bar pattern, and boom, straight back up. And even my friends who I've been telling, with their 401ks and their IRAs, pull something out, put it on the sideline. They're all calling me going, but my broker called me and they want me to get back in the markets. I pulled out 25%, like you said, but they're telling me I need to get back in. It's like, no. I said, you're still in 75%. Let it go up. I'd still pull out. Up here, I'd probably pull out 50% of my 401k. Let this thing come in. Moves like this, guys, are just unhealthy. Smart markets don't move like this. You need a steady, nice upward move, not a, from 93 to 138 in a year. I mean, these are major indexes moving, guys. You just, anyways, I can't say it enough. So, but the IWM, we're into that area. Let's see what happens. It is consolidating a little bit. Let's go back to the daily. We got 3 days. We got the little doji. We got 2 days of consolidation. It's still bullish above the moving averages, but let's see if we consolidate here. This would be an inside bar, slightly bearish pattern, and then we'll see if the IWM leads the way down, and then everything else will follow. Right now, this is kind of, it never really led until, whatever, a week ago or so. So usually the IWM should be leading the markets up and then leading the markets down. So let's see if this pulls back before the rest of them and then starts to move down. But markets are going up after hours, so I don't know if some talking heads talking some crap or whatever. But I guess there was some I think there's some option plays after hours, or not option plays, some earnings plays. I'm not sure if anybody sees anything flying up or flying down. Just post it in there and let's take a quick look. Maybe we could do a quick trade here live. All right, let's get to the Qs. I'm going to go through all the indexes first, guys, like I normally do. The Qs, again, we finally got that double top, guys. Pop goes the weasel. You knew it was coming, so they had to get the Amazons, the Googles. They had to get all those. Facebook was leading the way. The Netflixes. Oh, it was great. Look at everything's going now. Let's get to that all-time high before we fricking pull the rug out. So we made a new all-time high. I'll do a little more work here. I was saying 120, 121. We did get to that area. Do we go to 125, the even number, the quarter number? Maybe. Let's see how it reacts by the end of the week. If we close up here at the end of the week, or does it just pull back and close down in here? The weekly chart, that's what I'm following at this point, because these daily moves are just flat out ridiculous. I can't determine which way these are going to go when the markets are just. I mean, look at this euphoric move. Look at this is the DIA right to 200. That, you know, when it was 190, it was like, gosh, I guess it could go to 200. I don't know at this point. Look at this. I mean, you had some pretty good volume in, but now all the money, like I said, money managers are just calling all their clients, telling everybody, you got to get in. You're missing everything. And gosh, I've seen this before, guys. This is the euphoric stage. We go up a little higher. Now they're saying 21,000. I guess the talking head. If you guys watch my videos, my mom calls me. There's some dude on CNBC talking 21,000. It's like, wow. I mean, honestly, I guess we could at this. Why not? You know, what the hell? We got the Fed just pumping money. We got everyone doing stock buybacks. It's just out of control. My 25,000, why not? You know, just keep it going. So anyways, if you're long these markets, just start tightening these stops. 200, where did we get? 19, where was the high of the day? 199.72. So we almost made it. I've seen this before too. Everyone's expecting Dow 20,000 and it just misses it, never gets there, and then pulls back and you never see it again. I think it was at Dow 10,000 where we just missed it. It had a nice pullback and then it finally went through. So we'll see. Again, these parabolic moves never end good. Let's go to the weekly chart on the DIA. You know, same thing. I mean, we just keep ripping. And, you know, volume's not bad. You know, I'm keeping an eye on the volume. These two candles weren't bad for a weekly, but better than it's been. So let's see if we get more conviction. We have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks up. So we'll see where we end up on the weekly chart. At this point, the shorts are just giving up. And the sad part is the shorts are giving up and they're going long. Oh, yeah. Let it pull back, you know, before you do anything. All right, let's go to the IYT. I think the IYT, did it finally go in the green? Yeah, the Dow Jones Transport's just kind of puttering today, you know? I mean, they had a hell of a move. You'd expect a little bit of a pullback. I mean, you get a move like this from, you know, 142 to almost 172. You'd expect a little bit of a pullback, which we got. This was a level that I had, 167.29 of resistance. Now it's support. It's holding there. So let's see if we go chop around sideways and maybe set up to go down. Watch the IYT and the IWM. These could possibly start leading the way down, and then I think the rest of the market will turn and roll over. But again, we're in the light volume holiday actions, and we've been talking about that light volume, and this is what these guys are doing. You know, since the election, remember, they got everybody short with the Trump win because, you know, God, Trump might win. If he does, markets are going to crash. I got to go short. And everybody put that bet on, you know, the risk on, and they took you to the house. You know, that's what these guys do. So as this thing's going up, we're adding more shorts, and that's what I'm doing, guys. I'm getting ready because if this thing pulls back, it's going to be sharp and fast, and I do not want to miss that move. And then we'll look for longs. You know, I will go long eventually one day, but when the markets are at all-time highs, I just can't take long positions. Again, we're holding the 167.79. Let's see if we stay above this area or if we pull back. That's something at least I'm going to be watching. USO. About TIVA, NVO, or RDI? Yeah, I'm going to get through some stocks. I'm just looking through the normals. I'm not going to make a video tonight. My kids have some Christmas event today or something like that. So the USO back in the double top. It's pulled back. It's holding this area. Right now, if this thing, you know, if it goes sideways, it's slightly bullish, but now we're in inside bar bearish pattern. So we'll keep an eye if we could get above this 1179 area. So far, you know, no go. All on news again. The OPEC and the non-OPEC, they're meeting. They came to a conclusion, blah, blah, blah. You know, just more lip service. Let's see if this holds or comes back down. We do have a slight head and shoulder on the weekly chart. Nothing, you know, I like that little one a little bit better, but that one just since we cracked above the head, that's not intact anymore. But I still like this one here. It's not bad. You know, and that gives us right to double bottom and possibly a little bit lower. So let's see if this comes in. I mean, this right shoulder's getting just, I mean, if you count it here, you put the trend line, you know, put the neckline here. Let's see what happens. Really, if it breaks, it's going to do a trend line breakthrough and then possibly lower prices. But I'm still thinking possibly double bottom here. But again, one day at a time with the oil, because next thing you know, everybody, the world has a deal. Everyone's going to stop pumping. Oil's going to go up. Oil's not good for anybody right now around the world. They get higher oil prices, it's going to stop this whole ECB printing money, Janet Yellen printing money. Everyone's just printing money. And then, hey, everything's good. Don't worry. We're going to be there just in case. Now, remember, guys, 2007, when Bernanke said, we're going to be there just in case. Housing prices are not going down. I'm going to make sure that. Punch it up on YouTube, and I tell you guys that. Punch up Ben Bernanke, 2007 or 2008, YouTube, Capitol Hill, and he's up there telling everybody housing prices are stable. They are not going down from here. And we all know what happened after that. So don't believe these guys are just a bunch of talking heads trying to make these markets go up. Because honestly, guys, they need us to spend money. They need the consumer to spend money around the world, period. Whether you're here, Europe, or wherever, you know, South America, it doesn't matter. They need us as consumers to keep spending, period. So, all right, so that's the USO. Again, not in bad shape at the top here. You might get to the 1243 area up in there, but keep an eye on it. It needs to close above this 1179 by Friday. Tomorrow's action, though, the dollar might go flying. This might go down. Gold might fly up. We'll have to see with the FOMC meeting. But lately, though, we haven't really been getting any reaction. Just kind of been muted. So beware of that as well. We're in bizarro land, guys. We're in the fantasy land right now. The UUP, what was it, 3 cents up, so no great shakes on the dollar. Dollar's been chopping around up here. Like I said, we had a nice pullback, bounce up, pulled back, holding the 20 MA. Let's see if we can hold this 20 MA and go up. Weekly chart tells us a little bit more because you had that up move, you have sideways consolidation above the MA. Still a little bit stretched here. I'd expect maybe a little bit more of a pullback, maybe to double bottom here and then maybe get more up. But again, you still have some good areas up in here, you know, to still come through. Where's the double top? Yeah, you got the double top right around 2650, then 2683, 2721, and then ultimately here, I'd say somewhere maybe around 28. We'll see how that, if it does go up, we'll see how that reacts once it gets to there. Let's see here. I couldn't pull the trigger on the AZN. Too late now. All right, we'll take a look at that. Yeah, you know, I made good money. I covered my Apple. That thing finally came back in. That was like freaking pulling teeth. The Google came in at the end because I was thinking at the end of the day, if we could catch these things off the top, you might get a little bit of selling going into the FOMC meeting tomorrow, and we did. But you got some shorts covering too because they just can't take it anymore. Anybody's trying to short these markets every day out of the hole, they're just getting rallied right now, or railed, or whatever, however you want to put it. And then the GLD, you know, if you're not long the GLD, today would have been a good day. You're at $100 and 10 or 110.45, and you know this thing just keeps coming down. You know, like I said, we started adding around 115, 112, 110.50. You know, I'm just going to keep slowly adding, get my position to a. I'm probably going to do a full position on this one. So if it comes down all the way to 101.42 or 100, that's the last place I'll add, and hopefully my cost average will be around 107, 106 area, and then we get a 30-point rally, and I'm out. I'll be out at 10, but you know that's something. I'm not a greedy one, guys. I just take the money and say thank you very much. On to the next one. But right now we're holding up okay. Bearish pattern below the MAs here. It could go lower, guys. 109.18 is a level as well. So, you know, I never even thought in a million years that we'd pull back this much, but apparently a lot of longs got in here, and even here, while this thing was chopping up and down, the longs kept adding and adding and adding, and this wasn't a bad pattern. You know, you get above this trend line and break out, and that was like the last hoo-ha here. Comes in, one more hoo-ha, get everybody long again, and then slam them. This is probably a lot of margin call selling. You know, it just drifts, just kind of like the USO when they were upgrading oil, and oil was just falling. So just be careful. And that's what exaggerated move here on oil, you know, back in 2000, because we can't actually, this is, oh no, that's the dollar. Oh no, that's the USO. Hold on here. So yeah, so in April, all right. So yeah, the dollar started going. I mean, that's what exaggerates these moves. You get, I think they upgraded oil here to, you know, this thing's going to, you know, 120 a barrel, and everyone loads up. It's double top here, and then this is all margin calls. Oh my gosh! And then it kind of catches a bottom, retraces, get people long again, and then margin calls, and here we are. I mean, this is overall on a, not that I'm jumping around a lot, on the monthly USO. I mean, this is a bearish pattern still. You know, it's trying to break out, trying to shoot up for this one here. Wow, look at that. That 20 MA is really curling down. needs to get above the 20 MA, and then maybe it will go up. And gosh, that's double top 20 MA. I don't know if it's going to do it. So, all right. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. I will, let's go through some charts. Let's see here. Looking at URI short, your thoughts? URI. Gosh, it's getting there. Today wouldn't have been a bad day. I mean, I think we looked at this one a little bit ago. It's slowly climbing into that area. It's not bad. You have a little pivot right here. That's at 105.66. That's what it encountered today. Let's go to the daily. This is the monthly. So, yeah, I mean, it popped up into that area. So it's not bad. You know, it almost looks like it's starting to roll over right now. If you wanted to take a short position, I wouldn't cringe upon it. It's nice. You know, you got there was that high pivot 190. It got through there. It's holding it. Did get to the 110 area. That probably would have been it. But, you know, if you really want to wait patiently, you know, 119.82 you can add here, but expect to add a little more here and maybe double top. So if you're going to do a couple hundred shares, maybe do 100 here, 100 here, and then maybe 200 here just to add at the double top. And then the market's got to pull back. That's the only thing that's stopping it. If the markets would actually pull back one of these days, we can actually make some money here on these shorts. So, but yeah, that isn't bad. I mean, look at this. It went from 42 bucks to here, you know, since the beginning of the year. That's over 100% move. So stocks don't move 100%. I mean, they do in environments like this, but these are, look what happened last time. It went straight up, straight down. Then they retraced. That would have been, oh my gosh, that would have been a short. Oh, God, I wish I would have seen this one. And then boom, retraces back up, gets more suckers on, gap fill, boom, boom, and then right back up. And, you know, the guy who bought up here, sold down here, he's buying right here again, chasing this thing. Oh my gosh, they told me 150. So just be careful. This is the time, and this thing could pull back, but it can also go up to 120, 119.82 area. So not bad to start adding, but if you go patiently wait, you know, maybe 115. This would have been it right here, but on 109, you already got a couple dollar pullback. So that was one I think I had on a list for a watch. And I think we were talking about this double top here and the 5-0 retrace and stuff, and this thing just keeps on going. Hi, John. Hi, John. What's up, everybody? What's up, Andy? No emotion. What's up, buddy? Nice intraday Google trade. Yeah, you know, I played that one. You know, I thought we'd get in and out of it pretty quickly, but at the end of the day, I figured, okay, that's why I covered Apple too. And I don't want to be in. I'm in a shitload of stocks, guys. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to be stuck in this FOMC meeting and this thing continues upwards tomorrow because she raised it 0.25% or whatever. But look at the daily on this. You almost have a full topping tail here, and this is what I was looking at when I took that trade. You had those double lines, but you had double top, and then you had the you know, the 120 area in here. You know, anywhere up here would have been a pretty decent short, and then you get an extended move. You know, I wouldn't doubt this thing pulls back another 20 bucks, 30 bucks. I have a short swing trade still on it, and actually I was upside down on it today. I should have added more, but I did this one. I took a couple bucks off of it, and you know what? Made some pretty good change, and I was out. Apple too. Apple, I would, wow, Apple pulled, damn it. I covered at 115.39 or 38, whatever price they gave me. And of course, it pulled back a little bit more. So I would have got my 15. I would have got my 50 cents on Apple. But I did add more, guys, on Apple. I was looking for 50. I did add another good size position to it. So I was looking for like 30 cents, and I ended up getting almost 40 cents. So I'll take that one too. So yeah, but no, that was a good trade. Yeah, the 11th hour. How about it? And well, look at Apple. Apple just held and held. It was pretty much pegged to go against the on the 10-minute intraday. They pegged it across, you know, just hold it above the 20 MA, just hold it. So it got below it and started doing an inside bar. I was like, all right, this could be it. This could be it. And then it popped above. It was like, you gotta be kidding me. And then it started coming in, look at right to that blue line there. Damn it. But yeah, I covered it 39. So, and then of course, right at the end, they dropped it another 20 cents. You know, it never ends. And I wouldn't doubt this thing pulls back. But you know what? I'll take my 40 cents and say thank you very much. What's your thoughts on Tesla? Tesla would have had a great trade on that one. And everyone's so bullish on Tesla. It pops up. We take the trade. We get like a buck out of it on the second half. And right when I take the trade, I get like attacked. Idiot, this thing's going to steamroll you. And then it pulls back and it's like, boom, half out, boom, last half done. And it's like, and then I'll chime in and be like, I'm already done with the trade, man. I'm taking a buck on it. I'm done. I'm out. You know, and I had a pretty good size position in here. So See you later. And then look, came right back in a double top here and then pulled back. But overall on Tesla, these stocks guys are just moving up on, I don't even know why this one's moving up, other than options X on Friday. So they're trying to kill the options. These guys don't want to pay out premiums. These guys want to stroke every freaking stock out there to make it worthless. That's what these guys are doing. That's why right now I won't do any puts. I'll write some calls. I did do a little call writing, but those are the puts and the calls and stuff like that are just tough trades right now, especially the puts. Puts are getting murdered. But you had a double top here. You had the 618. That's why I took this trade. You had some pretty good resistance up here, and it pulled back. And of course, at the end of the day, it pulled back a little bit more. But I took my money and ran. I'm just trying to bang out trades every day. Just take a little here, take a little there, and get in, get out, and on to the next one. I'm not waiting around. But we had a good trade on Tesla, Google, and Apple today. That's 3 trades that I'm making up for some of these big losers. Not that they're big, because we do right share size position, so you just don't go crazy. But Tesla, yeah, right now we're back in the double top, 618. Needs to stay above this trend line. Let's, it did get above the moving averages here, but on the weekly, let's see what it's doing there. Yeah, weekly, you're still not there. You touch the 20 MA. I mean, that's not that I'm following the weekly, but you kiss the 20 MA. Needs to get above this green line and then the 20 MA and then maybe higher prices, but you're only looking at probably 213 to 215 unless they get some news or something. That will be the next one. They'll get news or a stock buyback or some crap where it might go up. But right now, everything's news driven, in my opinion. Everything. Look at Trump and Lockheed Martin, MLT, or yesterday or the other day. I covered half my short. I was like, thanks, Trump. I didn't even know what was going on. All I know is I saw the chart and it was dropping like wind the other day. When that thing drops like a brick, you got to just take your profits and say thank you very much. LMT, I think it came back a little bit today. It was still down a little, but it came into some great support on the weekly, and that's why you're bounced. So I'm expecting a little bit sideways action, maybe more down, not to get off the subject and bounce around at 20 different stocks. But yeah, Tesla right now, nothing really to do. If you're long, start to trail that stop, but you're into some good resistance on the weekly. You need to close above this 200 MA and this trend line. If it does do that, then maybe higher prices, but let's see what happens on the weekly close. And it is options X, guys. The real shark week is this week where they're making stuff do whatever it wants to do. It's pretty insane. I've seen a lot of action in my lifetime, but my gosh, stocks moving up 13, 20 bucks, and then the next day they're down 20, 30 bucks, and the next day they're up 20, 30 bucks. This is just insane action, guys. What's up, everybody? So that's Tesla. Hi, John, and thanks. Hey, no problem, guys. How about your thoughts on TiVo, NVO, and RDI? Guys, in these 3 symbols, TVAO. All right, let's see here. These have earnings or anything like that? Let's see. Oh, that's not too bad right there. You're running in a double bottom right there. You could get a bounce if you're in this thing long. Let's go back a little further first before I start blabbing. Wow, look at that. Wow, that's a nice bounce. Look at that right there. There's a double bottom. There's this double bottom. Look at what it did. It came in, got all the people long out. Now they're chasing it up. Yeah, for me, the trade's already over. But if you're in this one long, gosh, you might be able to get. The market's got to continue up. The markets continue to grind, and this one will probably go up. If the markets start to sell, this one will go down. That's why everything's a market trade right now. Markets continue to go up. Most stocks are going to go up. But they're just going to grind and grind and grind. But you'll have days where stocks are up, stocks are down. That's what happens in the light volume holiday action. But honestly, you could probably get back to 40 bucks on this. So if you're long on this, I'd start chiseling some off of 40. If you could get to 43 and then possibly the 45, man, I mean, honestly, it could. You got a nice drop into here, into double bottom here, two lower pivots, so you can actually get a bounce up. Let's look at the daily. I just want to see some daily action. See, it could be consolidating in a bearish manner. Yeah, daily's not bad either. Yeah, look at that. Nice gap down, get everybody out. Then they're chasing it up. We are above the 20 MA here. Now we just I want to see it close around 38, 39 area tomorrow or the next day. You don't want to fall below this 20 MA again. Then you might expect the lower prices. But you do have good support here. If you're short on this one, you'd probably start taking it off. If you're long, just trail your stop. Make sure it doesn't come back under here and just start making lower prices. I just want to look on the monthly real quick here. Is there any lower pivots there? Yeah, see, that's a pretty good area. Yeah, see, there are lower pivots here. And then on the monthly, it needs to get back above this 200 MA too. If it can get it back above that on the monthly and close, then you could probably get higher prices because it did come from a higher pivot when this thing fell. And you came into some great support down in here. So, but again, if the markets start to dump, this will probably go lower. You got pivots around 30, 29, and you got this low pivot around 22.83. So I don't know if this is one that moves with news or anything, but just be careful. If you're long, you can maybe ride a little bit more. If the markets come in, then you have to tighten that stop up. NVO. NVO, let's see here. NVO, kind of the same thing. You're into a lot of this. See where you had consolidation right here? You got a lot of support right in here. So you had pretty good bounce off of support. Right now, you had a pretty good reversal on the monthly. Let's go to the daily real quick. Yeah, not bad. We got above the 20 MA, keeps going. What's the volume on this? So we had 3 million. So we were right there to the 50. I mean, right there in this double top right here, too. So this is what it's holding. If you're long in this one, tighten your stop. You know, basically what you need to do is get above this 50 MA and then go for this low here around 38.87, and then this gap fill. They got a gap fill here. There's a couple gap fills here. But if you get back to this this green line up in here, which is 41.51, and you got to start chiseling some off. But, you know, great run off of the $30. You know, got a $5-6 move. For me, I'd be out of that thing already. But if it consolidates sideways, gets above the 50, you could possibly go for this little low pivot and maybe gap fill up in here. So if you're long, hold it. You know, trail the stop. If you're short, you know, well, this is where you would have covered it down in here. So, you know, I wouldn't go short, but if you're long, you know, let this thing ride. See if you could get higher prices. Again, it will be a market trade. If the market starts selling, this will probably go down with the market. So just be careful with that. RDI. These are all low flyers. Oh, ooh, look at that high flyer. I don't know how much of a buy. Let's look at the monthly. What's the volume on the 38? Yeah, 38,000 on the day. I can't trade these. These are just, yeah. I mean, you have double top here around 1734. You got a nice retrace up. If you're long this one, I'd probably be chiseling some off. You know, if you get to the 1734, let's see how it reacts to that. If it gets above that, then you know you could probably make a run. You got this pivot here. Yeah, gosh, it's just a light volume name. You got this little pivot around 23, 24. You got a pivot 34. You got another one here. It's just a light volume name. I wouldn't play with this one. Apparently, there's some news coming in here. That's why it's kind of, you know, jacking itself up and down. But you still have double top here, and then you got the 20 even number. If you're long since $10, I'd start taking some off the table. But that's me. Like, you know, if I would have got $2-3 off this, I would have been done. You know, that's a 20-30% move. On to the next one. You know how I am, guys. All right, let's see here. Couldn't pull the trigger on AZN too late. What's AZN? Did they have news or something? Let's see, dollar. Long day, guys. Long day. I was running around this morning a little bit. And then I'd come in. I had a couple clients come in. Yeah, it's going up already. I mean, if we start getting into here, we fill the gap. That could be on the road. But honestly, it could go to the 200 MA. It did confirm above the 20 MA. So as long as it stays above in this area and keeps rolling, it should probably make it to the 28.52 or the 50 MA. Maybe gap fill around $29. But watch that. Watch this pivot here around 29.14. If it gets above this, gets above the 50 MA and confirms, then you're probably going up here maybe to this big breakdown bar around $30. So watch for that. So if you're long, tighten the stop right here. Just make sure it doesn't come in. As long as it stays above the moving average and starts getting above that and then goes to this one, you should be okay. Again, markets start to sell. You better watch out because this thing could possibly go lower. So just be careful with that one. So, all right. Those were those three. AZN, too late. Do they have earnings or something, AZN? I don't see anything unless, yeah, that's too late. I wouldn't touch that. I mean, down here it wasn't bad actually. Is there a reason why it stopped? Is there a reason why it's at? Well, markets are going up. That's probably the reason. Markets are going up, so pretty much everything's going up. I just want to see if we had anything down in here. You did have this. God, missed it by about $1, and then it's bouncing. Of course, everything's just doing it. You know, just missing it because you know damn well all the technical guys are waiting here around 200 MA, $25, and you know, of course, it misses it by $1 and starts to run, and that's when you know people start to chase. Got to do it. Got to do it. Hurry up. All right, let's see here. Gosh, I'm already behind. Okay, I'm not that far. All right, Tesla, I did go over Tesla. StockBookie got out yesterday on NVIDIA put 65 March small profit. I'll take it. Laugh out loud. I wanted to see if NVIDIA gets back up. Yeah, you know, it could. It could. But I bought 115 puts on UPS, maybe a little too early. Yeah, everything's just going up, guys. Puts are brutal right now. Yeah, Nvidia. Yeah, that thing, right back up. People just can't help themselves. But right now, you know what? Not looking bad. We are back below this 20 MA. We did not confirm yet, but right now, I love the retrace here right to the top. They bring it back. Everybody gets giddy. We talked about this one. I made a video last night. We are holding this trend line. Just keep an eye on this trend line. This trend line breaks, we'll probably go back down to 84, 85, then possibly back down to 78.31 or the 50 MA down here. Or if the markets go tomorrow, again, you got to think grandma's talking tomorrow, so who knows what's going to happen. She might not even, if she doesn't raise the rates, guys, I'm going to take the rest of the year off to work on my website and start my subscription-based stuff come next year, because I'm going to need some money on the side to make up for all my losses. No, but no, that's something I'm going to do probably in the future anyways. But yeah, let's see if we can bounce one more time up. Maybe they make a run for the roses for the 100 even number and then kaput, or or is this this is where they're sucking everyone in, comes back in, then they suck a bunch of other people in, comes back in. As long as we hold this trend line, let's see how long this trend line holds. Again, we're into the 250 retrace. Let's see if we can hold up. We are below the 20 MA on here, but the real picture on Nvidia, like I've been talking about, it's a high flyer. And this one's just ridiculously stretched. It's got to come in, and it will. Just these take times. It's on the monthly chart. Takes a little bit longer. UPS, yeah, UPS a little early. We are short this one. We are into that trend line. 120, why not? That's the big even number. Why not? We did pierce through that. Let's see on the weekly chart. Let's see if we can close and confirm up here and then possibly higher prices. Gosh, these things are just moving up. It's ridiculous, guys. Just crazy. But let's see how it reacts here. That was the trend line coming from here. From a line. It wasn't, the symmetry on it's not the best. I mean, you can almost come through here and connect it through there, but we're right there. Let's see if it holds. Let's see what happens next. Friday's close. Does it close above it? Does it close below it? That's what we're looking for on UPS. But yeah, I mean, you should be okay as long as you're out maybe till February on these now. But remember, when you are adding puts, just go slow and steady, guys. Just don't go all in. Buy one put, then maybe another put, and then if you're down 50% or so, if you're getting killed, just pull it. Gosh, these things are just brutal. All right, so that's the UPS. Let's look at Amazon. Amazon still, I love this weekly pay. We looked at this yesterday. I made a video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can get all my videos and intraday live action. Something like that, right? Daily chart on Amazon. Yeah, I was looking at this one. Gosh, I was hoping that we did fill this gap today. That's where I would have taken the short, and actually that pulled back about $5. Yeah, at the end. Again, it was the 11th hour again. Just didn't take it. I was in Apple and Google, took those off. If I wasn't in one of those, I probably would have taken this. But I was looking at the 170 or 170, 787.11, the 50 MA, and then this green line here at 791.97. So I was looking to up a little bit higher, just didn't quite make it. I like the retrace, and then it retraces, comes shallow one here, then it pops up. Getting the NASDAQ to the all-time highs, guys. That's what their goal is in life. Just get everything at the highs and let CNBC do the work. It's awesome. All right, hold tree. I don't know what that is. Is that lending tree maybe? Tree. What's the volume? 670. Yeah, I mean, look at these moves on this stuff, guys. Apparently they were getting some news today. I mean, yeah, okay, yeah. So this thing barely trades anything on the day until right here. So they got some news or something going on here. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Let's look at the monthly chart. Let's see if this thing's a high flyer here. No, I mean, apparently I looked at this one before. You have an upper trend line up here. You came into it there. It's slowly above it. For a long, no. For a short, maybe. I'd like to see it come to 132, maybe 140. But right now we're just in the middle. Technically, though, you're above the moving averages on the monthly, so it's still bullish. Let's look on the weekly. Weekly, yeah, weekly we're above that, and actually not bad. You got some inside bar consolidation, possibly for another move. Basically, if you're long in this one, I would tighten it up. If you start getting below the 20 and the 50 and starts coming in, then you're probably going back to 75 or possibly even lower. But let's see if this pattern develops on the weekly first. That pattern develops, let me tell you. You still have good resistance up in here around 112, but then you have it there. If I put a retrace a little bit wider, but then also too, looks like you got a little bit of a, well, if you go in there, no, probably do something like, yeah, you could just connect the bottom there. So there, you're back below the trend line here. Let's see if we can it'll probably come back to this trend line, just kind of bounce around. So for me, nothing to do here. I mean, or for anything, I'd probably go short, but you know me, guys, I go short on everything. So I'll tell you, I'm going to go long on some stuff. You guys will be surprised when I do. But I'm waiting for, specific areas on the SPY and the IWM and all that good stuff. So, all right, let's see. Wow, the IWM ended up 1 cent up. Jeez. All right, SCO and the USO. What's your thoughts on oil? I figure shorting at any point, oil between 54 and say, yeah, we're short oil. I've been buying a little bit of the SCO, just slow and steady. I did add more to the USO the other day, and yeah, I'm just gonna keep going with it. The SCO came in a little bit today. No great shakes, but the one thing I don't like is that, let's look at the daily. We're holding this low, we're holding the low of 61.35. So as long as we hold that low, but I'd like to get back above, 69, 70 bucks in that area. So, and it is weak. It's a little bit stretched. So we're going to see it is an ETF. So this thing can be a beast. Oh, it's actually up 86 cents after hours. Huh. Wonder what's going on here. Oil's coming in. It's a disaster. Then they got to get the oil trade going, and Exxon goes up. It's like JPM, Goldman Sachs led the way, then Nike led the way, then Exxon Mobil's leading the way, with the Dow, and it's just like, gosh, just taking turns, and then they're hyping everything up. But yeah, no, I mean, you could take the USO short right here. I mean, we talked about this one earlier today. We're right back at this 1179 area, and then you got around the 1250 area too. This high pivot, you got a gap fill around 1219, but ultimately 1245. So if you start adding here, expect to add more at 1250 or so. If it gets to 13 bucks or so, then you got to start thinking about possibly stopping out. But right now, just hang strong till we get above this level here and confirm. I think this is just kind of a head fake. It's been doing this. Look at these trades. Up, we go short, down, we cover. Up, we short, down, we cover. Up, we short, down, we cover. This, we almost covered everything. We had a quarter position blew up in our face. And then we started adding more up here. And you know what? I hopefully get one more move down, and I'll do it again. I've done this trade 7 times so far, since February, up and down, up and down. Had oil plays going up all along, some of ELPs, but this, this is a great trading vehicle. Why, boom, boom, boom. Keep going with it. Don't stop. Let it do its thing. And every time it moves up into resistance, you short it again. But no, you could take this one short or the SCO long, depending on what you want to do. Sorry, the puts are on UPS April. Beautiful. You have a little bit of time. I still think we're going to have a pullback coming up soon. Hopefully sooner than later, especially for the quad witching hours this week even. Yeah, the real shark week, guys. Options X week. This is where they make stuff go whichever way they want. Yeah, so the puts on the UPS, those are fine, but just make sure you always got room to add. Don't go all in on these trades. Even if you have a huge account, I still only go if I do puts. If I just buy puts or calls, I'll do a couple thousand dollars worth, not a couple thousand contracts, a couple $1,000s worth. If I make $1,000 on it, it's 500 bucks, 1,500. I pull it. I'm done. I don't wait around for it. If it goes to zero, then it goes to zero. But that's why I don't like playing options. It's just a big scam. Unless you hit some of these trades perfectly. But I do like writing calls and writing puts. I will put bigger positions on those, but still light, still nothing crazy. Again, I'm looking for $1,000 here, $2,000 there, $3,000 here. You do that 20 times a month, it all adds up. Even if you have a smaller account, a couple hundred here, 200 there, 150 here. You get a home run at 500 there. Boom. Next thing you know, you're up $5,000 for the month. And it doesn't take a huge account to get that way, guys. That's why I like about the just a small share size. Even like Google today, if you took 100 shares and got $3 on it, it's 300 bucks. I know a lot of people don't have 80 grand to take that trade, but I know a lot of people that do. I know a lot of people that had a $50,000 account with 4-to-1 margin. Go in it with the margin, boom, pull it off. If you go in with margin, you want to, you don't want to really stick in it overnight, but sometimes you do it, and hold on for dear life, and sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But these trades aren't, just like the Tesla trade too. That was only about $1 on that trade, but for me, you get a good sized trade in there, you make $500, $600, $700, $1,000, you pull it. I don't care. I was there, guys, one day. I started with a $30,000 account. I was making 75 here, 300 there. Once in a while, I'd get a home run trade for $1,000, and I was like, yeah, party time. But it took me a long time to get to where I'm at today. This crap doesn't take overnight. It's a marathon, guys, not a sprint. Slow and steady, like I always say. I've learned. I got my ass creamed plenty of times, guys. Thanks for going, URI. Yeah, no problem, Daniel. Yeah, see you tomorrow, bud. I might do another live session tomorrow. This one I'm going to end in a little bit, but I wanted to get out there. I haven't done anything. Videos I've been doing a little bit here and there, but what's up, Brian? Trader TK, I'm in long. God, I can't talk today. All right, TK. All right, let's take a look. Let's see here. What's the volume? 600,000. Not bad. I mean, the problem is with this is where your double top was, and looks like it got rejected there yesterday. So as long as you're above these moving averages here, it's got to stay above these moving averages. It's got to get above this 882 area. If it does do that, you probably get more upside. But again, a light volume equity, tomorrow you can wake up and this thing could be getting slammed. I don't know if it's a news-driven equity or anything like that, but as long as you're above these moving averages, you should be fine. If it starts getting below them, then, excuse me, I'd tighten up those stops. And overall, on the weekly, you have a big bearish pattern here. But good news is that you are above the moving averages here as well. So if this cannot get above the 884 area, and gets below the MAs again, this thing could possibly go down, maybe hit double bottom again. You do have this trend line here. So, just be aware of that. You're going to have support there. So, if you are upside down in a trade that's coming down and you're like, oh my gosh, you're going to have a little bit of support here. Also, also at these double bottoms too. So you'll have support down in there as well. So if you're in, if you're in the money on this one, tighten it up a little bit. But honestly, if it does run, you could probably go to 1076. If it gets to that 1181 area, you're going to have to probably start thinking about getting out. Just be careful. You don't want to stick around. I mean, it could run. I don't, a lot of times small caps or whatever, I don't even know what this is. Small caps will run if this is a small cap stock. 1181 might be your area. Then I would start chiseling. But if you're in the money on this thing, just slow and steady, just take some off. Because at this point, this little double top could be the end of the road. So good trade if you got it, picked it up around, $6 or so. I mean, 6 to 8, man, I'd be done. See ya, on to the next one. I know that's like me. I go, I got a hold, I could probably get another $1. And then you wake up in the morning, it's down $3. And you're like, damn, this sucks. Bouncing around after NDSN. Okay, you mentioned that one earlier. Hold on here. NDSN. Where are we? $6 up on this one. So we are 110. 111, huh? Hold on. Let's see here. 60. Did they just announce? 24-hour. Wow, look at that. Let's see on the 10. Ooh, so we went right into that area. Wow. What's the trade? 700,000. Not too much is going through right here, though. Let's see here. Did they halt this thing? Oh no, it's going. Slowly though, not a lot of, not for me. Let's see what it does tomorrow. If it opens up a couple bucks higher, let's look at the weekly. But straight up here, I like that. Probably at all-time highs. Oh yeah, look at this. That's gonna be the blow off top here. Look at these moves, guys. This was a $10 stock in 2009. Do you think the inflation in QE 1, 2, 3, the Federal Reserves didn't inflate this one at all? Come on. It's like, geez. So right now we're at we're right at pretty much double top. We're at 111.80 or so. So we're right in here. Let's see if we could pop up to 115 tomorrow, 114. I'll start adding at even numbers. If it does, probably 113, 114, 115. We'll try to play it that way. And I love these because it comes off of a low pivot. It's like a slingshot and then bounces up. You might get a couple more days up, so be careful. If you do get in and fade it for a buck or two, just take the money and run, guys. That's it. But yeah, you know what? I'm going to write that one down right now. And DSN. All right, let's keep an eye on that one for tomorrow, guys. Let's see if we get to that 114, 115 Pierce, maybe. You know, I'll do a little more work. If I see any other different numbers on here, I'll let you know. I mean, it could go to, 120 would maybe be the, end of the road, but this could be at double top. So, but it had a nice retrace. Usually what you want to see, if you take these three candles off, you want to see green and then a big move up, and then it will sometimes fade. If you get a pullback like this, a lot of times it will go up and it will stay up a little longer. But we'll see tomorrow's action, see what's going on with that. Let's see. CSC, thanks. We are short this one still. CSC. So just hold on. I mean, I like it. We're an inside bar, bearish pattern here. Daily. We covered half already, and then we added some back in. So yeah, we're short this one still. I like this bearish pattern, started to play out. We covered, popped up, we added more, came back in, and now it's trying to hold the 20 MA, but yeah. But the bigger picture on this one is pretty sure the monthly. Yeah, the monthly. You got a nice stretch chart. This will come back in. I'm still thinking 52, probably $10 or so. Again, I'll be out maybe after 5 or 6 if I could get that. And then we'll go from there. But no, this thing, if you're short, puts are tough. Puts are getting your butts kicked. But shares, you're doing fine. You have time on these. It doesn't matter. Or if you want to roll calls when it hit the top here, that would be fine too. But just be careful on these if you're in puts. I mean, they can hold this market up for another 3 weeks, and that's going to destroy everybody. So, but no, I like this one. It's still stretched. We are still short with a short position on this one. I have a Twitter account, guys. If you follow me on there, I have a lot of shorts on there. I do have longs occasionally. I will be long, and it's funny. I went back about a year, and I guess they keep stuff on Twitter for a year. I get maybe shorter, but all my longs at one point were gone, and I had a win long. I had a couple other ones long, but at the end of the day, all my trades are on there. Some of them are on StockTwits too, more intraday action, but a lot of my swing trades are on the Twitter account. Oh, let's see here. So let's see. Hey, John, how's it going? Did you scalp Google today? Yes, I did. Got about $3 out of it, Raj. Of course, man. Come on. We talked about that one earlier. Yeah, I almost had Amazon too, and I almost pulled the trigger, but I was in Apple and Google, and I added more to my HD short-term trade today. I'm still in love. I'm still in Alaska Airline, and those are coming in all right. Oil keeps, it's kind of one of those love affairs where I kind of want oil to go up to push some of my airline trades down. But at the same time, it's like, well, I'll still take one at a time. I'm not a pig, a little bit here, a little bit there is fine with me. But yeah, I did scalp Google today. I scalped Tesla today, and I scalped Apple today. So I did those. And I added to my Home Depot one. And I'm still in a couple of other ones too. Hey, John, I missed some of the chat, but any word on all? ALL? Did we ever look at that one? I don't know if I ever looked at this one. All. Is that a real stock? Ooh, look at that one, though. Back to double top right here. Wow. Again, a lot of these stocks are overshooting now, so you got to be real careful. I love double tops. I love stretch charts. This chart isn't stretched, though, so this one could probably go up a little higher. Let's look at the daily real quick. Love the retrace here. We even broke out of this inside bar pattern, so it's a strong stock. But you got to remember, the markets are going up, so it's going up with the markets. If anything, gosh, I'd love to try to wait for the 75 even number, a couple more bucks if you can. But this would be the area where you'd probably want to start to add short. If you're long, I'd start taking some off the table. But let's go back on the monthly chart a little bit more, just to make sure that that's. I was gonna say, is there any other? Okay, so hold on here. All right, let's see something here. So if we take this high here, take that high there. Okay, so it could move up a little bit more here. That's why I'm saying $75. Let's look for 75, 76, a peer sub. Let's see if it will go through there and see what happens. But again, this could be the end of the road on this nice retrace back to the double top. A lot of times stocks will do that. They'll get everybody long on here. We know it's double top resistance, but this one could overshoot if the markets continue up. So it's going to be a market trend. The markets bomb tomorrow or the next day or the next couple weeks, this will go down. with the rest of them. So be careful. If you're long though, tighten up that stop. If you're short, or if you want to go short, let's see if we can get a couple more bucks out of it. And I won't personally take this trade, but I'll post it on Twitter. I'm not in every trade on Twitter, but if I see a good one, I'm going to keep posting them. If people keep taking them, I don't care. You know, maybe someone has a bigger count than me and they're in 40 stocks short. I don't know. You know, but I'm not going to just not post something because I'm not taking it. You know, it's still a good trade, I think. Double top should start, you know, if you're going to do a couple hundred shares, do 100 here, 100 at 75, and maybe 100 at 76, 77. Your average would be right in here. When this thing pulls back and the markets go, you'll get your couple bucks, grand or so, and thank you. On to the next one, and that's it. Oil just fall from 52 to 50. Yeah, I saw that. We looked at the, let's look at the USO real quick. What's that down? Down 8 cents. So yeah, so nothing crazy. Somebody maybe just selling, taking profits. Yeah, the SCO is up 88 cents. Hey, I'll take it. Went down a little bit upside down on this trade, but look at the SCO. Not that I follow the SCO, but look, we're right into that 50 MA down here, so that's pretty good support too. We did crack through this, so we could take that line out there. But right now, we're into okay support. Not the best, not the worst, but coming up on the USO, it's a little bit better. That's the one I'm following, so, or resistance, I should say. Short on Google still, good chance of rate hike tomorrow. John, your take on FedEx and AKO. Thanks, man. FedEx, I'm still short in AKAO. Someone, maybe you were telling me about AKAO. Yeah, I'm not taking, you know, I'm looking at 17 bucks, 20 bucks. I don't know. They got some news or something. I'm not touching this one. If you're long in this one, it's like dry ships. If you're in this one from, you know, $4 and it's at 14 and you're not taking any off the table, you're crazy. There's not enough. I mean, this is it on the charts. There's not, I mean, other than double top, I don't know. I mean, maybe 20 bucks, even number, 25 maybe. For me personally, not. I mean, this could go straight back down to 6 tomorrow and it'll be done. We are in double top here. Right now, nothing for me to do on there. FedEx, I am short in this one. I did add the other day. I am a little bit upside down on this trade, but slow and steady. Again, we're in no man's land. But it's FedEx, you know. But it's FedEx. You got to get in, hurry up. Let's see. I mean, I don't like I said, I don't like upsloping trend lines, but I've been putting some in lately. I mean, there's that right there. Hold on, let's go back a little further just to see if there's anything else. No, that's pretty much the area. So if you do, let's take this high pivot right there. So if you do that one, pretty much right into this area. So let's see what happens tomorrow on FedEx here. Again, you go from 119 to 200 bucks since the beginning of the year. Man, it almost feels like this is the last hoo-ha, guys. Stocks are running up 100%. Yeah, it's like from 2013 to here, it was 100%. Then it pulls back, and 100% move up. Wow, these guys need to make money apparently. They need to show green balance sheets at the end of the year. So let's see if this thing can hold. Let's see if we can close, you know, around 202, 203 area tomorrow on the daily basis. Let's see what happens. And then, of course, on the weekly, let's see if we can close above that line for FedEx. What's up, Joe? There's your FedEx. My call spread on CSE expires this Friday. Still in the money. Yeah, they're tough, man. Every option's all that shit. Other than writing calls. What a WFT? Is that kind of what the F? I'm bearish on oil as well. Yeah, WFT. Is that an acronym or is it actual stock? Oh, is that Whole Food Market? WF? I don't even know what this is, but let's see, daily. Yeah, we're coming into the 200 moving average. It hadn't run though. Let me tell you, that was a nice run, nice pullback. Get everybody to sell, and they launch it up. Get everyone to chase. I just hate these low flyers, these low in the $5. Yeah, I mean, you're down here, you're bottom feeding right here. But honestly, here, you know, here's another level right here, 253, 263. You got a lot of support down in here around 82 cents. But yeah, I don't know what this stock is, but look at that, look at that, look at that high flyer. There's a high flyer for you guys. I mean, that was 2009, but look how everything was so stretched from the 220 MA, and then it came right back in. Retraced it, got all the suckers back on, got the suckers back on, and then just slammed it in their face. And this is all margin call action too. Guy loads the house, everything he's got in here, and it just goes down. He's getting margin calls. But again, you know what? This thing, you know, it's not a bad base here. You are below the MAs. This one could pop maybe on some news. But, again, you'd play it like an option. If you can lose 5 grand, just put 5 grand worth, 1,000 shares. And if it goes up, great. If it goes to zero, you lose 5 grand. But if it goes to 10, make sure you take some off the table. X still a short can. Oh, yeah, I've been short X. I took it as a short-term trade in my scalping account. I'm already out of that one. And right now, I'm still in the money on my swing trade. Not much, but still in the money a little bit. I was thinking about chiseling some off here. I'd love to see the gap be filled today on X. Just never made it. So let's see if we could go down. Let's see if we could go side. We do have a little doji. For whatever reason, we get a doji when it pulls back. We get 9 moves up every time. So let's see if we could consolidate sideways above the MA and maybe for the next move down. But like I said, we're in the money on my scalp. We took money off of, we took the money and ran on my scalp trade. We held that for a couple days, got out of it, because as it was going up, we're getting our butts kicked, and it pulled back 3 days. We pulled it off and said, thank you very much. We still are in a swing trade. We're a little bit in the money. Right now it's consolidating, or we'll see if it consolidates sideways or maybe another retrace and then possibly down. You have this upsloping or this downsloping trend line. It could not get above or stay above. That's an area to watch. And now 39.08 is the next area to watch. So let's see if we consolidate or we move back up. But right now, I'd still think this thing gets a pullback. If you look at the overall charts, that's pretty much the nature of the stock. When it starts getting in the big resistance, it always pulls back. Look at these moves, guys. It gets a little parabolic, pulls back, jumps up, retrace, pulls back, nice huge move up, boom, retrace, boom, and then bears pattern, and then the kill. They just went for the kill right here. Then as it was going up, it gets extended, pulls back, gets extended, pulls back. Now we're extending. Now we're going right to this big trend line too. I'd expect to pull back until at least $30. We could get 28 and, this double top here, 27.50. So I still think we're pulling back at least 5 more bucks on this one. Just have to be patient. The markets move up on the FOMC meeting and the light volume. Honestly, it could go higher. So just beware of that. Don't load the house on these things. Like I did, I took a scalp trade, covered that one, took some money on that. So that helped me with this trade. And that's what it's all about. Just keep taking trades, guys, and keep rock and rolling this stuff. But yeah, it's not that bad. You're $5 off or $4 off the high. Not bad, a little bit. Like I said, I'm barely in the money here. So, you could take it, but you're taking a chance of this thing retracing back up. But if you take it short, just remember, you got to add more as it goes up a little bit. I don't want to add more right now. And, if this thing chisels, if this thing gives me $3-4, I'm out. I'm done taking it. Taking it and saying, thank you very much, guys. You know me. But WFT has some bankruptcy fears and such. So I'm throwing up the irrational oversold flag. Yeah, you can. I just don't like those things. Oh, it's an oil refinery. Okay. Yeah, honestly, if that thing gets some news or something, it could definitely pop. That's what you're kind of playing it for. So that's why I say, play it like an option. If it goes up, if it keeps going, great. You got to get it above the moving average. You got to get above this little breakdown area here. Well, if it gets above that, yeah, I think you could probably get a possibility of this thing running to 850. But if it doesn't, it gets some more bad news, and boom, that's why I say play it like an option, thinking that it could go to, you could wake up and the thing's in bankruptcy and it goes to zero. So, but you know what? If you get a quick pop, get the hell out of it. Kenyon, yeah, just get the heck out and say thank you very much and give it, take that profit and go to the next one and just keep rinsing and repeating. BA double top, yeah, BA. Let's see, did it go up more today? Yeah, we added shorts. We're shorting this one on my Twitter account. Yeah, hell yeah. We started adding. When it was down in this area, 136, 140, we're like, let's see if we could get to the 150, this double top in here. Let's see if we can start adding. And it got there. We started adding. Yeah, we're short this one. Double top. That, yeah. You can still get into it. But yeah, hell yeah, I'm short. Heck yeah. And hopefully that will be the end of the road there. And this was a great, because I added pre-market today on my Twitter account of BA. And I was gonna try to fade that one too today, and that would have been a great fade on the BA trade. But no, we added on that pop we did it pre-market, and it was 159.70 we added short pre-market. It was like, you know what, getting towards that 160 even number. It's getting up there. And what was the high today? Oh, it actually did go. Oh, it did close at the highs. No way. Oh, wait a second here. Did it? No, 156. No, it did pull back. But no, I guess it did get to the 160 area. Yeah, I thought I was being slick by doing it pre-market, and actually it went a little bit high. It did go through the 160. So So yeah, I added more at 159.70, and then just been slowly adding. We started adding right around 149.49. Then we added more at 152.55. We added more at 155.47, and then 159.70. So I'm still in a small position on this, just slow and steady, guys. I don't care. You know, even if you have 500-600 shares in this thing, you know, or 200-300 shares, this thing pulls back 10 bucks is 3 grand. You know, even 100 shares at 15 grand. That's what I'm saying. Small accounts, you can still make money. You just have to, you know, just got to do a little bit more, you know, but, you know, been there, done that, guys. And now, you know, now I have a little bit bigger account, and I could do bigger positions, but I still don't load the boat. Like, you know, for me, I added 4 times on this, and just say, for instance, you want to go 1,000 shares. So I'm in this thing at, just to say, each time I added 100 shares. So say I'm at 400 shares right now, and I still have 600 to add. This thing pulls back 10 bucks. That's still a $4,000 trade. I don't care, but I don't want to miss these trades, because right now everything's overshooting, everything's out of control, and I don't want to miss some of these trades, because when some of these things start falling, guys, it's going to be they're going to fall like bricks. And, you know, that's why, like, Win the other day, yeah, it went up a little bit today. But when Win dropped that, like, I was looking at that trade. I have Win at one of my upper screens on my charts, and all of a sudden I see, like, Mr. Big Red candle come out. I was like, what the hell is this? And then boom, I mean, I was boom, boom, and out. I covered half, and then it went down another buck or so. I covered the other half. I was like, why am I even screwing around with this? That's over 10%. I'm done. You know, that was a hell of a trade. MLT, when Trump tweeted or whatever the hell he did, you know, I don't even pay attention to the news, guys. All I know is I'm looking at the chart. I'm like, holy shit, this thing's gapping down. Whoa, what? I covered half. I was like, hell, I'm covering half. I don't care. I'm taking the profit. You know, again, you had 100 shares from 266 to 246. That's a $2,000 trade. That's a $26,000 position. I mean, it's still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, guys. Even 50 shares would have been done a pretty good size trade. Like I said, I've had $100,000 account. I was going in positions at 5,000, 10,000 to 2,500, and it pulls back. I make 100, 200 bucks. I pull it. Doesn't sound like a lot, but next thing you know, you have 1,000 shares in this thing. It pulls back 20 bucks. Boom, you're paid 20 grand. Took me a long time, guys, to get my account, up to where it is. This crap doesn't take overnight. It's just slow and steady, guys. It's just not taking out a lot of. Hey, Kenyon, peace out too, brother. Have a good one. Thanks for coming, man. Let's see here. Hold on here. Yeah, TZA, not TZA calls. I don't know. I'd rather just take a position in a TZA. Holy cow. Hold on. Was a good short candidate on Monday. CIEN. Come on. EN. CIEN. Yeah, look at that. Bounced up. Was it double top or anything like that? Look at that gap fill. Almost double top. Yeah, 25 even number. That would have been a pretty good area. I mean, that one, I mean, you bought a put 3 days later, boom, you're out, But that, this could have easily went up a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, you filled the gap here. You had double top there. You had a little bit extended, probably from earnings or what have. Look at that. So see how it was up after earnings or whatever it had, and it had the news. Went straight up and then faded basically. But yeah, no, that would have been a good area right in here. 25 buck even number. Could have went a little higher, maybe 25.50 or so. You do have a gap fill around 26, 27. You have that as well. But no, that was a good trade if you caught that one. Let's look. I just want to see on the weekly. Yeah, I was gonna say there's got to be something else going on here. Let's see. I mean, now that you got that little pivot in there, not that it would have. Yeah, actually, that's not bad either. Because you got it going through this high, this little pivot here. Wow, look at that too. It's always a reason, guys, on the charts why this crap stops. Just got to find the reasons. What would the downside target be for Google, please? It has a larger cup and handle bullish pattern in play too. Yeah, I don't follow the cup and handles. I can never decipher which way that fucking, excuse my language, the F-bomb. My wife, I got to work on the F one. Fudge, we'll say fudging. With this little topping tail here, if it does come in here, I'll tell you right now. First of all, of course, the markets need to come in, which that's probably never going to happen. They got everyone so conditioned that they're just going to keep buying stocks until it hits 21,000 on the Dow. But I mean, it could probably go into 806, then 797 or 800. You have the 50 MA here too, right at 797.37. Really depends on the markets, but he had a heck of a run from 753 to 823. That's a $75 move. I guarantee someone loaded up on calls and got paid handsomely. And right now, we'll probably go straight back down, look for some put options, maybe, but this is when you would have put the puts on, and then, you probably would have been in the money pretty good right now. But again, this thing could sit up here and consolidate and do nothing, or we just go right back down. You do have a gap fill. But if it pulls back, I'd expect it maybe to 800 or so. This 50 MA, if the markets start to come in, then I'd probably look a little bit lower. But right now, I really don't have a pattern other than shooting up a little tail here, coming into some pretty good resistance up in this area. So it's not really telling me too much than a little bit overextended run. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly, we're back above the 20 MA. But see how we came to this big breakdown bar here, this big red bar right here, Big Daddy. That was 822.45. So it's got to get a little more to get over that one. So that's what it's kind of hitting today. Let's see what happens on the weekly. Then we'll know a little bit more on this one. But yeah, it could pull back. We came into some pretty good resistance today. It could pull back, but again, if we have a 500-point rally on the market tomorrow, it's going to go straight up with everything else. And at this point, everyone's saying even if she raises rates, it's not going to matter. Markets are going up. So now they're just to a point they're ignoring everything. So we're getting close, guys. What do you think about TZA calls, leaps, close to the money, or just buy ETF? I don't know. I don't mind the TZA, but if the market's still moving up, you might get clobbered on that one. If you do buy the TZA, just buy a little of it. What is the price on the TZA anyways right now? It's got to be in the flipping basement. Yeah, 19 bucks. Yeah, it's not bad. But say if you buy 1,000 shares down here, you get a couple bucks out of it, get out. I guess it could go up to 27, so you could probably get $6-7 out of it. But it's got to start moving soon. Let's see if we could get. We're still in that time frame, guys. We're in the holiday light volume sessions. We still had 110 on the SPY, but that's all the brokers calling everyone. You got to get in. You're missing the rally. They're saying 21,000 right now. It's ridiculous, guys. It's crazy. But this is how markets end in euphoria. They always do. They always do. But yeah, I don't know about TZ. I would just buy the ETF. It's easier. At least you could buy a little time if this thing sits for another month. I mean, if it sits for another month, the IWM, this will probably deplete a little bit. That's what this ETF will do. It's almost like an option. I mean, it will stay buoyant, but it's slowly going to just disintegrate here. I don't know. That's a tough one for me. If you did, just go light share size. If you get that couple bucks, just get the hell out. Or take half off and try to let it run. Because if it does get above the 20 MA here, you're probably going to go to gap fill, and then you're just going to start marching here. And honestly, you could go back to 62 if we really fall. So, and this thing's just been getting the beat down. So if you're lucky enough to buy down here, because a lot of people were buying here, buying here, buying there, buying here, and it's still going low. It's like dry ships. It just keeps going lower. So just beware that it could possibly pull back another buck or so. Like I said, if you do, don't load the boat. Just go in a decent sized position. If you make a couple grand, just get out. At least for me, I make it simple. Goldman Sachs. Yeah, Goldman Sachs, another beast. Straight up. I mean, I had the 239.29 area. That's what it's kind of holding. You do have double top here at 250.30. But a lot of times in euphoric markets, everyone's think it's going to go to 250, and it just doesn't make it. Kind of like the Dow going to 20,000, where it just doesn't get there, and then it slowly rolls over, and then everybody starts buying the dip and doing all their crap, and then it just freaking beats you up. But I mean, this is a parabolic move into a pretty good area. It could make it to 250. We'll have to see how this pattern sets up on the daily chart. On the daily chart, we're chopping around. We're above the MAs. Nothing wrong with this. We had a little bit bullish pattern here. I'd like to see a little more of a wedge going into the 20 MA price and then shoot it up, but we just kind of started taking off. And so did the Dow and everything else. But now we're into this line here. That's where it's kind of holding. Today we had some choppy, sloppy action in the 10-minute. I mean, look at these charts, guys. This is Goldman Sachs. Let's get out of the, let's go. Oops. Hold on. Let's go auto. But I mean, look. I mean, it's up here 240. It pulls back to 235, goes back up. I mean, you're getting $4 swings in Goldman Sachs. It's insane. And look at this yesterday. I mean, we gapped up and it just faded. I mean, these are epic moves here on these stocks. That it just blows me away, guys. It's just like, wow, look at this stuff here. So yeah, so Goldman, I would hold strong. If you're short, I'm upside down in this trade still a little bit, but man, this parabolic move's ridiculous. It will pull back, and when it does, the markets and everything, sometimes it just seems like, oh my gosh, it's just going to keep going, and all of a sudden out of the blue, click, and like the roller coaster, you hit the top, and then boom, it comes right back in. You are stretched still from the monthly chart, from the 20 MA here, pretty much. Let's see on the weekly time frame. Weekly stretch. So, just you got to give it a little more time. I know how brutal these are, especially if you're in puts. I'm in shares, so I got time on these. Like I said before, in the meantime, I'm just going to keep popping off trades and keep taking the money and just keep going to the next one, adding more, and just keep doing what I do. That's all you can do on this stuff. Great trades and calls, John. I see your stock was posting a good intraday shorting. You are a great asset for trading. Thanks again. Hey, Joe, no problem, man. Hey, thanks for the kind word, brother. I try. I tell everyone, all my trades aren't going to win, but I'm going to try to put all my guys who follow me in the best position possible. And if you have the ability to short a stock, shit, boom. I've put some great trades out there in the last couple of weeks, especially like the Google and Amazons, where everybody ripped me because I was upside down a couple bucks on them, and the next thing you know, they pull back $50, and it's like, good thing I sold my Googles, for $3 gain when it went down another 42, So 100% agree, Joe. John's supposed to keep me floating. Yeah, again, guys, you have a small account, just keep building it and building it and building it. And next thing you know, you could put that, $100,000 trade. When I used to consult a guy and we were putting on $10 million trades, my account was like, oh man, I'm going to do another 1,000 shares of Apple. Great. As a swing, that's going to be fun. I'm going to make a whole 10 grand, where this guy would be making 400 grand, $1 million. It was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. Like I said, the story we had 35,000 shares short of Tesla. It was almost a $10 million position. It was insane. But those are good times. Those are fun. If I can make people money, that's even better. Kenyon, he's taken off. TLT, I'm a little bit behind. TLT. God, my stuffed up nose again too. It just won't give it up. Let's see here. Yeah, we're still watching this trend line. Right now we are, gosh, on the weekly is this? Wow, we did close below the 200 MA. We did confirm. This thing needs to pop up here. If it does retrace back up to the trend line and the 200 moving average, it's got to get going right here, guys. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Excuse me. I got to blow my nose. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Man, it's brutal. Well, I'm in a warehouse. It's kind of chilly in here. Got a sweatshirt on and stuff. It's where my printing company is. And it just gets cold and my nose starts running. It's brutal. Anyways, enough about me. But the TLT, yeah, I mean, we're cracking that trend line. That's a key one. If this thing goes lower, we could definitely go maybe to this area here. There is a small gap fill right at 115.36. So I wouldn't rule it out. But, let's see where this thing closes on a weekly. This could start shooting up. If we get above the trend line, above the 200 MA, then this thing could start going. But right now, it's looking a little bit weak. We came from a high pivot, and they're just smoking this thing right now. Let's look at the monthly really quick, though. I think we're at support. Yeah, we're at the 6182. So this is holding support. It's almost like, let's see what happens on a monthly close. If it closes above the line, then it should be okay. If it closes below the line on a monthly, then we could possibly see lower prices. I mean, if this thing really starts to rumble, we could see 101 again. But right now, it's kind of in the middle of the range. We do have pretty good support down in here, but it's slowly starting to slip. So just keep an eye on this one. The 618 is holding, so that's a big area. But the next big area is going to be around 112 or so. So just be careful. If you're short, you could probably still ride it. If you're long, man, you should have been selling up here. So, I mean, if you went long down here, you could probably hold off. If we start cracking the 117, 116, then we're probably going to 112. So be careful with that one. HP, next short opportunity, 8,800. What do you think? Let's see. Is that thing going up? Is that just been a beast or something? Yeah, we looked at this one, not yet. First area maybe 88, 89, but the next area would be right around the $100 even number. Let's see if we could get to the 750 retrace. I mean, it's slowly trying, guys. I mean, if the markets keep going up, this will probably head up that way. If the markets turn and roll over, what we'd be if the markets start to roll over and this continues up, then we'll probably short it at the $90 area. Because if the markets are going and this one's still going up, it'll just be a matter of time before this one rolls over. So nothing yet on this one. It doesn't. It's starting to look pretty good. You know, even on here, you got a little bit of a tail. It looks like it's it's like reaching for higher prices at this point. So next area will be about 90 bucks or so, 89 bucks. Let's see if it can consolidate in a bullish manner. Keep an eye on this one. Let's look at this one in a couple days or at the end of the week. Let's see what happens. Again, it's going to be a market trade. Markets pull back tomorrow, and you know, from Yellen's crap for the next couple of weeks, everything's going lower. So you got to keep aware of that. Yeah, didn't take the trade either. Was waiting for 25. Yeah. You know, there's better trades out there to take. No problem. Thank you as well. It's coming down. HD had earnings today. Yeah, we looked at that one today. We were talking about NDS. And excuse me again, guys. Man, I took my allergy stuff too today. Just isn't doing anything. Riva, no problem, man. Thank you as well, bud. Let's see. Beckham. Let's see. NDSN. Hi. Yeah, where are we at? 112. Ooh, 113 now we're getting. Jeez. Guys are killing me with these trades. These are tough trades, especially after earnings. I don't even know what these guys do. So let's see. Yeah, look at that, 112. We're talking about 113, 114, 115. The problem is the volume's so flipping light. I don't even want to take a chance in this thing. I mean, we had you know, earnings today, so we had a lot of volume coming in here. But let's look at the daily. Let me see what's. Yeah, I mean that was a big volume day. Normally, though, this thing trades 300 or so. I want to wait till tomorrow, guys. You'll get a lot of people probably hopping into this thing. I'd rather have this thing pushed to 114, 115. It gets around 115, you could probably take a stab at it. But again, you're coming off of a slingshot. See how it comes back and then boom, it goes up. If this thing was more or less, you know, going up like this, going boom, and then the next day, boom, next day, boom, and then it takes off and goes to, you know, this level here, then you want to short it. But when it pulls back like this, then you have a slingshot, so it could go higher. So let's keep an eye on this one tomorrow. If it gets up to the 115 area, you could probably give it a shot. I mean, it's pulling back slowly, but there's nothing trading here. Yeah, it's just a light volume name. So I'm going to wait for that one tomorrow after market is up. Yeah, when the market opens tomorrow, we'll look at the NDSN. If it gets to 115, 116 pairs, you know, it could go to 120. So you got to just see how it reacts. You got to see how the market is in the morning. If the markets are bombing in the morning for whatever stupid reason, then if this thing pops to that 115 area, then you could probably short it. But you know, it's really at this point, it's going to be 112, 113, 114, every even number, and then of course 120 will be the big one. I don't know if it will get to 120 tomorrow. I mean, right now we're right. You know, I think we got as high as 113, 114 on this one possibly. I don't have it. I don't have it on my radar here. Let's see, 24-hour. Let's see where it went to. Yeah, it went as high as 112.65. So if it got to 114, 115, you know, even this high pivot here, I'm going to draw that. I'm going to try to make it into my shop tomorrow morning and do a live session in the morning. It's been brutal lately, guys. My kids with Christmas, they're up late. We got the elf on the shelf. They've been, you know, every morning it's like 5:30 in the morning, which I'm kind of up. But Dad, the elf has moved. I'm like, yeah, I know, because I put it over there the other night. You know, if you guys have kids, you know how that goes. So, Dad, the elf is over here now. So, oh, really? Wow, great. It's 5:30. Go back to bed. You have 2 hours until you got to get up for school. You're waking me up until the time changes. Then I get up at 5:30 because the markets open up at 6:30. But that extra hour, guys, I'll take all day long. So right now, 112.64, keep that one on the watch for tomorrow. That's the high. Whatever the high is today after hours, that's going to be some natural resistance. But I'm still saying if this thing could pop to 115, 116, then maybe. But again, it's still a high-risk play. Couple hundred shares on this thing. Don't go crazy. And if you start getting, 1,000 out of the water, it goes $3-4 on you, then you just got to get the hell out. Or take 100 shares and you can withstand a $10 move up or down. But if you take 100 shares at 115 and the thing pulls back $7-8, it's $800. Say thank you very much and see you later. But yeah, so 12, keep 112.64 on your for a number. But I'm still thinking if it goes up, well, just pull back a little bit more. But if it goes to 114, 115, then that might be good in area, or it might open up, gap and down. Who knows? Let's put back the time frame. Auto. Let's go to the daily price line. Let's look at price line. PCLN. Yeah, price line. This thing's just like freaking like a bull. It goes down, goes up. It's a bucking bull. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Bucking bull. Not the F word that time, guys. Yeah, the F-bomb slips out. I don't like that because if people are watching this stuff with their kids and stuff, and try not to swear and trying to calm down my language, guys. But that's just the way it is. That's one thing I'm working on these days. All right, so we came back, retraced. We went to the 750. We pulled back nicely. We're back below that trend. Remember that trend line we had in there? That one's been in there for a while. That covers that high right here. It goes through these, through that, and that. Right back into it again, and then we pull back again. So got to keep an eye on that trend line. So far, it goes through price, so it's not the best trend line, but it's something you got to keep an eye on because this is where it kind of stopped at, this rally here. This one closed above it on the weekly. Now it's coming back again. So does it come back? Right now, being short price line, not bad, but how price line is. Next, it's a $1,700 stock because someone upgraded them. So you got to be careful. And it is options X on this one as well. But this is one where I do a lot of call writing and a lot of put writing on this one. So, we wrote some calls back in here on the earnings, made some really good money there. But, I'll short it too with shares and short it intraday. We shorted intraday a couple times, but right now it's not bad. 750, we get above the, say, 1560 area, 66 area, and then we could possibly go to double top. If you're not shorting this thing and if it goes back to the 1600 area, that's where you want to short. But down here, if you did take a stab at it short, it's not bad. I still think it's going to fade with the markets when the markets start coming in. So I think you'll be all right with that one. All right, next one here. Thanks for a see you tomorrow. Would be great if you have a session on Friday during March. Yeah, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. It just depends. With a lot of Christmas stuff, I'm seeing my clients here at the printing company running around, making deliveries. I'm still working, guys, still printing banners and all that good stuff. So my clients are stopping here, but we'll see what happens with that one. Can you look at ADSK? I sure can. Let's see. ADSK, well, we had that trend line here, so this is what it looks like it's holding on to for dear life. Hold on, let me put that back in. So that's what it looks like it's holding onto monthly chart. Yeah, monthly, well, we just connected that high to there, but we have that other trend line here coming from these highs, so that's where it's trying to pop through. If you're long, I would tighten the stops. If you're short or thinking about shorting, it's not bad. Basically you want to get below the 78.51, which we're pretty close and never made it through this all-time. I don't like upsloping trend lines, especially like this, but you know what? There is one there, and you got to somewhat respect it. We did get above it. We did confirm, but we came right back down. So we are above the MAs on the daily. So it's not bad, but let's go back to that monthly again. I think this one was a little bit stretched too. Yeah, it's getting stretched, but not terrible. Yeah, this is one we talked about. It's not a bad trade. It really isn't. We did crack through there, and we did get above that 78.51. But, God, it almost did get to the 85. I think we talked about this one, maybe 85 up in that area. It is a little bit stretched. It's not bad, not the best, not the worst. But, if you wanted to give it a stab, the only way I would probably short this thing again, if we pop back up into the 84, 85, then I'd short it. But right now, we're back below this on a daily basis, that little trend line deal. And actually, I think it's not drawn in so good. Let's see. Yeah, you got to come in. So we are We are back above it. Hold on here. Pull that thing down a little bit. Yeah, we're pretty much right on top of it. I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, it's a, but now what I'd look for an inside bar if this thing goes sideways in a bearish consolidation, then I'd expect lower prices. So let's look at this thing in a week or two from now. If it keeps going sideways and starts to retrace up, then we'll think about shorting this thing again. If you are long in this thing from 68, 70 bucks, I'd think about tightening up that stop. If it starts to move up 84, 85, 86, start chiseling some off. But right now, there's really nothing showing us other than it tried breaking out off the old all-time high over here, came right back in. It's holding that high. Let's look for consolidation to see if it comes back in. Raj, all right, man. Thank you for coming, buddy. WBC looks like going to miss multiple top on the weekly chart. Let's look at WBC. WBC. Well, you know what? It's consolidating. The consolidation's not too bad, but what I don't like are these tails. Apparently, every time it goes up, someone's pushing it down. Everyone goes up, pushing it down, goes up, pushes it down. So you have the bull and bear fight right here. You did miss the double top right here though. So you were right on that one. But let's go back a little further. Was there another? I was gonna say, was there another double top? All right, oh yeah. So yeah, well look at this. All right. So let's take a high pivot there. Let's take it through this one, through this one. Yeah, I would, let's see if we can wait a little bit more on this one. And if it breaks through there and keeps going, but you still have some support or resistance here. You have resistance here. So you got big resistance coming up. Let's see if this will consolidate. And then let's see if it tries to make a run for these double tops, these slant trend line resistance as well. Let's see if it makes a run for this thing right here. So Apple looks like head and shoulder maybe. All right, let's look at we'll look at Apple in a second. Hold on. Yeah, so let's see if this is what I like to see, consolidation in a bullish manner. I don't like these tails too much, but keep an eye on that. These tails tell me we possibly have lower prices to come. We did do the golden cross. Oh my gosh, this thing's gonna launch, but it is consolidating. Remember what we talked about with the bear. I mean, look at this. So you got a nice up move, and now you got some nice, you got a nice wedge going here. But the tails are just kind of a thing, something telling me saying, you got someone pushing it down, someone trying to push it up. The volume disappeared again. Hold on. I was gonna say, what's the volume? Hold on, had a chart. And there goes my volume again. Let's see if this comes in. Nope. Man, all right, hold on, guys. Sorry about this. Let's take that volume out. Let's do this. Hold on. Every so often, my volume just disappears, and I'm not sure. I have an update on my charts, so maybe that will be the. Where'd my volume go? All right, hold on, guys. Sorry about this. Volume. There we go. And then I do volume, then two pop up, which is insane to me. But that's all right, because we'll have to fix that here. Come on. All right. So volume's very important too, guys. So yeah, that's why I wanted to see the volume on this one too. See how the volume's just disappearing here? So you have a little bit of a bull and bear fight. If this bearish or the bullish pattern doesn't start playing out into these highs, then this move downward will be a little more dramatic. Then you're probably going to go to 103, 104. And I wouldn't doubt we go right back down to 96 or so. So just be careful with that one. Apple and Q dump on the last 5 minutes. Yeah, a lot of stocks dump. But you got to think, people going into tomorrow, they don't want to be in this market. So they're just like, you know what, just get me the hell out. Just get me out. Looks like no dump on last, no NQ dumping last. Yeah, a lot of them dumped out. Apple dumped out. If you go across the board on a lot of these stocks, a lot of them pulled back right at the last minute. Apple too. I was short, man. When this thing popped up, we took the short and it chopped. Almost took it off. Then it came back up. And finally, at the very end, we just covered it and said, "Get me the hell out of this thing." Google too. So, but yeah, no, NQ dump too. Let's see, NQ. Yeah, NQ is a light volume name, though. But yeah, I mean that dumped. Look at Amazon. Amazon 10-minute pullback. Google 10-minute pullback. What does Facebook do? Hey, Facebook stays strong. NFLX, what happened? This is the FANG. FANG pulled back. Look at BABA. BABA pulled back. Look at the Tesoro today, too. We've been roasting on this trade, and finally it's starting to come in. In the money now, baby. Again, what do we call these guys? Monthly high flyers. Look, it's slowly starting to dribble. Slowly. This thing was a bear, let me tell you. I mean, look at these. I mean, it comes back. Look at this. This is a nice inside bar pattern, but look at this. They bounce it up, bring it back, bounce it up, and finally we're coming in. But now we're going to have more support right here. We have gap fill. So if you're in the Tesoro short with me still, we've been holding strong, but here we come. We're starting to actually pull back, and markets pull back. I'm telling you, this is going to be an $80 stock. No, I'll be out of it. Look at the weekly on Apple. Let's see. You're saying a head and shoulder? Let me see. Are going to be possibly? Yeah, you know what? That could be. You know, I would have liked this shoulder down in here more, but yeah, you know what? You can make a case on that. Good call on that one. Here's that. And, you know, here's your, there's that. The head's not the best, but hey, I'll take it. Here's your head. Look at that. See, that's why I love doing these rooms. It's not developed yet. So if this thing starts coming down, here's your big area for Apple right here. And if this thing plays out, guys, this is how you measure head and shoulder. You take the high there, you go to the neckline, you take this here, you bring this down to there. If the market, watch this. Okay, I've had an area at 75, guys, that I love on Apple. I don't know where this thing's going to go down to. Probably not 70. Probably it was 90, then 75. Let's see where it goes to. So 88. Look at that. I still say 9. I've still been saying 90. Wow. So not the best, not the worst. Is that what you're talking about, bud? For Apple? Yeah, not bad. And I like that you can see it on the daily. Let's look at the weekly. When you can see it on all time frames, and that tells you a little bit more. Yeah, even on the weekly, check that out. So not bad. Look on the weekly. Boom, boom. But now it hasn't completed yet. Apple starts getting towards the 105, 106 area. It starts to crack that. It can easily, well, you're going to stop here at 96, but definitely double bottom in here at 89 and change is definitely in the cards on this one. Yeah, good call on that one. You know, I'm going to have to keep that one. I'm short Apple, so I'm a little bit out of the money again. I knew I should have covered a little bit here, didn't do it, so I'm still short. You know, kind of eating my shorts right now with a couple of other positions, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's going to be just fine. Yeah, but Apple pulled back. And, you know, and I'll look through this. Let's see what Aetna did. You know, Aetna, yeah, still trying to make a run for the roses. Adobe, I think, has earnings coming up. I think this week, I think. What are a couple of the other ones? Google is flying pretty good today. Home Depot was too. I added more to the short on that one. I have a swing and a short-term trade on this one. This one, though, we covered. We went long. We covered. We went or short. We covered. We went short. So I'm a little bit out of the money now. It looks like they're going to make a run for double top, possibly. Markets pull back. We'll take care of this trade, no problem. The S&H is a stupid thing, in my opinion. I like to see the Santa Claus in the chart. I like to see Santa Claus in the chart. No, but super head and shoulder. If that's a head and shoulder, SHS, it's a stupid thing. No, you know what? I think, you know, it depends on, all head and shoulders aren't equal. This is a great upsloping neckline, which you want to see. You want to see how it connects everything together. And it's still not there, you know, but we played head and shoulder time. I mean, look at ACIA, Acacia. That was a head and shoulder top up there. Not the best on the weekly, but you can see it on the daily. And that thing played out to the T. There's a head and shoulder too, right here. Boom, boom, boom. Once it cracked that neckline, it came in. They retraced it, got all the suckers on board, and boom. My target on that was 75.25. Look where it went to. Boom, and then we went back down, filled the gap, and almost double bottom. Everybody wanted to go long here. I told everybody, don't do it yet. This thing's bearish setting up, and boom, went right back down. Here we are, right back to this low. So head and shoulders, they're not all, a lot of people don't know how to read head and shoulders. You know, they got a down sloping trend line. They have, you know, they're not all created equally, but if you could find a good one like this one, you better look out because that's where this thing's going, you know. Not that they all play out, but you know, once we had a retrace above the neckline, never confirmed, then boom, right back down. So quick question. I saw your post that you added HT as well, but why didn't you wait for the 138 area on Home Depot? All right, hold on. Because Home Depot here, I like this area right here around 135, 136. You have a ton of overhead resistance right in here. You do have, I see what you're saying in here, but I don't have a full position on this one. When this one went up here, we added short. It pulled back, we covered. It went back up, we started adding more. It pulled back a little bit and then went straight back up again, and then we started adding right here again. I'm not in a full position, and I will add more at 138, 139 double top. So again, you know, we were short back here. We covered, came in, covered. I don't know if we covered that. I think we covered everything but a quarter position. Quarter position blew up on us. We added a bunch more here. We covered down here, went up here. We started adding again, pulled back, and then we started adding and then added a little bit more today. That's why we did it. And if it gets back to double top, it will add pretty much the rest up there, and then we'll see how this one goes. But that's why I added in the short-term trade as well. If I could get a buck or two on my short-term trade, I'll pull that one off. That will cost average this one a little bit better, and then a little bit upside down on this. Nothing crazy, but like I said, I shorted it, covered it, shorted it, covered it. So I'm not getting my butt kicked. But yeah, again, if you're going to do 1,000 shares of this, you know, when we covered half here and had a quarter position and ran up on us, we started adding again. And we'll do 150 shares here, pulls back, another 150, another 150. So now we're in, say, 600 shares short, 700 shares. We have 300 left up here if you're doing 1,000. So that's why, you know, it's just slow and steady, slow and steady. So the purpose is not to miss the top, I got. Yeah, you know, because right now a lot of stuff's overshooting. But if the markets were to turn down tomorrow, I don't want to miss these trades. You know, yeah, I would love double top, but a lot of times, you know, this will go to 138.60 and not hit 139, and all of a sudden just pull back 20 bucks, and it's like, damn, I waited patiently. I mean, look at not to get off the subject, but yeah, that's why we're doing it here. Weekly chart. Weekly chart, you have this big breakdown bar as well, right around the 135, 136 area. That's got, I mean, look at all this overhead resistance right here. So anywhere you start adding up in here, it's good. Of course, I'd like to wait for double top. You still have this trend line too. You know, if you really, you know, you want to get really, you know, it could go to 140. You know, so that was one up there as well. So, you know, again, you go from 119 to 136. It's a $16 move. You know, somewhere in here, unless the markets keep going up, it's going to have to give something up here. So, you know, and that's why, like on the GoPro, a lot of people, you know, not to get off the, you know, get off that one, but you know, a lot of people, a lot of technicians are waiting for $100 on this one. Never made it there. Look at that epic short. That's why you want to start adding 98, 99. Just make sure you have enough for 100, 101, 102. Never made it there. A lot of stocks will just go up and just miss that area and then pull back. Kind of like the DIA. You know, a lot of people are waiting for 200. We're at 199.72. What if it doesn't pierce that 200 and it pulls back freaking 30 bucks? I don't want to miss that. I'd rather have, if I know I'm going to do 1,000 shares in a trade, I'd rather have 300 of this and it pulls back 10 bucks and make 3 grand and then have nothing. Because I was waiting to go 500 shares here and then maybe add more if we go, you know, do 50%, 50% and get to a 10%. I'd rather just go slow and steady. Kind of like X. You know, I was getting my ass roasted on that trade. But as it was going up, I just slow and steady, you know, at resistance. Then you want the, you know, these pivots here. You want the breakdown area. Then you start getting up to these trend lines here. You got to go slow. Right now, I'm in the money a little bit, and I took my short-term trade off already and done. And now, you know, now with that trade being a winner, I'm in the money on this one a little tiny bit right now, and boom, man, I almost made it to gap here. I was almost willing to take half off if it pulled back a little bit more. But again, we're waiting on pattern on this one too. Yeah, you just don't want to miss these trades. That's why a lot of time intraday, I'll add. You know, if I'm going to do a 3,000 share position of Apple, just to say for instance, you know, on this move up. I mean, this isn't the best example, but on this move up, you know, as this thing's moving up, moving up, moving up. Here, let me take this off here. Oh, that's out. I don't know why all these help. Hold on, let me take this. Time auto. Yeah, that was that fake print. Look at that fake print they pop up yesterday. It's a print out of order, and look where this thing goes to the next day, right to it. Not that it always does it, but a lot of times it does. But if you look at this, you got a little bit. I think there was a trend line there. Was there? I don't know. I don't know why all these lines are in. Maybe I was showing somebody something today. But anyways, but yeah, this thing comes up into this area, and then you know, we get slight pullback, then it bounces up, it gets a pullback, and then it kind of bounces. You know, I don't want to miss this move when it starts to fall. In this area here, if you look at the daily, you know, daily chart, we're right into the blue line. We're up into this gap window here. You got to start nibbling on this thing. We could possibly go up to 118, 119. Markets were strong today, but you know, after a pretty good move up, this thing's going to run out of steam with all this resistance coming up, and that's why we pulled the trade off. And the 10-minute, you know, it pulled back on the 10-minute here. You know, we were almost stuck in this one, and at this point, it's just like, just get me out of it. Same with Google. It's like, I'll take the couple bucks on there. I'll take the 39 cents or 40 cents on this one and say thank you very much. For me, at least, doing this so long, options X, you know, you wait for those certain areas, you know, for the penny or 10 cents, and then it never makes it. You get a huge bounce. I just hate missing those trades. I'd rather have something in the trade than nothing. And if it pulls back a little bit, you know, like this one, I would have loved to have 3,000 shares on this one. This one pulls back, but, you know, didn't go up a little bit more. But I had enough shares on this. I'll take the 40 cents. I had 2,000 shares on this one. So, you know, and I have 1,500 on Tesla today. You know, and that's it. You get 39 cents on that. That's 800 bucks. See ya. You know, I'm not waiting around. That's why I had 1,000 shares. I was looking for 50 cents or 500 bucks. And then when it popped up here, I was like, you know what? These SOBs, they're trying to get people to freaking cover their shorts. I'm adding more, so I did another 1,000, and then I was chopping. And I was like, oh gosh, I'm gonna get my ass kicked here. And then, you know, as long as we stayed, you know, below this 115.85, 116 area, we were all right. And then at the very end, I was like, 40 cents, I'm out, done. Got in it late. Can you go over Tesla? Yeah, I could do it. TSLA. You know, we had 1,500 shares, and boom, came in. It pulled back. I was out. I mean, it pulled back another buck or two, and I was like, damn, of course it did. I covered this one. I was in, and boom, I was out. Thank you very much. Like, I retraced back up to double top, and then boom, right back down again. I almost could have done this again, but I was in the Google and Apple, and you know, I had pretty good sized trades in those. And I was like, oh yeah. Looking to short Tesla. I mean, if you play Tesla, you know it's a beast. Tesla, I'm still waiting for 215. I mean, we had some nice up moves. This could be the end of the road for this one right here. Daily chart's not showing us too much other than double top, 618. Could go to the 205 area. Weekly charts, we're kind of watching. We're onto this sloping trend line here. We're right into it, almost above it. You know, if we get above the 20 and back above the 208 area, I think we go to 215, 216 in this area. I'd love to see 220. But not much to do in Tesla right now. You know, we were short over here. We were short over here. We shorted here. Unfortunately, you know, we were short up here. Took, I don't know. This one we took, I think, $5, $6. This one we took like $3. This one we took $2 or $3. You know, and then it pulled back 20 or whatever, of course. But yeah, right now we're in a bearish manner. I'd love to see higher prices before we short. So, you know, right now I wouldn't do a short on Tesla. I'd wait for a little higher prices. 215, 220 would be great. Let's open this up a little bit more though. Let's go from a fib from here to here, just to see where the 618 is. Yeah, you know, 215, 220. Yeah, wait if it can but then you're above the moving averages, so it could move up again. You know, this is a news-driven, you know, stock, so let's see if we can wait for higher prices to get a better short on it. You know, if you have to short this one, it's just not for me. Not right now. I've shorted this one plenty of times. I'm just waiting for specific areas. So right now we're holding on to the 50 MA on the monthly chart. So you know, I'd rather see more consolidation, let it move up into this price, and then the next kill. Maybe up into earnings, and then maybe do that. I'm just waiting for pattern on Tesla. I'll still scalp it during the day and stuff like that, but I won't put a swing trade on this one at this point. We covered them. I mean, like right every time it goes into this line, short it. Goes up, short it. Goes up back into here, short it. Maybe it goes back up into earnings and then short it again. Netflix, haven't seen it for a while. Thanks. Netflix, yeah, I haven't talked about this one. We did we covered our short on the pullback. right here. We covered half of it, that is. So as it had earnings, it went up. We added shorts, pulled back. We covered half here. As it was going up, we started adding, and then we added more here right around the 125. So we're in here again around 125. Position's okay. Setting up an inside bars, waiting for lower prices. It gets back down here again. We'll cover half. I'm still thinking it's going to fill this gap down in here around 99 bucks, 100 bucks. That's my thoughts at least. But again, if it comes back 115, 113, I'll cover half. And then maybe let the rest ride, maybe get another $5 and I'll let a quarter position hopefully run lower. But yeah, nothing. Yeah, no, stock guy, no problem, man. If you have any more, throw them up. I have a couple more minutes here. I got to leave here in about 15 minutes. So got to help my wife out today. Well, we'll see. She's supposed to text me and I'll see if she needs my help. If not, I'm going to my kids' Christmas program tonight. So their little stage thing or whatever. Actually, it's a pretty good production, so it should be fun. But again, Netflix, you had this big inside bar, this big breakdown. That's where, when it started filling the gaps here, the blue line, that's when we started adding more shorts to Netflix. So far, so good. We did actually have a put in here. We sold that one. Of course, we sold it here. Then it chopped, and I wish I would have kept it down here. But you know what? We made pretty good money there. But we were short. Like I said, we covered half. We started adding more up in here. Netflix, right now, nothing wrong with it. We're above the MAs. It could move up, but right now we're short. So that's the way I'm playing it. If you look, if you look at a monthly a little bit stretched, but nothing wrong. We did come back in the double top. This is a lot of overhead resistance. It needs to break out. And I just don't think it's going to. Prove it to me that you could get back above 130 and keep going, then we'll stop out. But at this point, I'm short. And that's what I'm sticking with right now. What is it? DNR? DNR, another low floater here. Let's look at it weekly. Let's see if we can figure something out here. Weekly starting to go up. You're starting to run in. You almost filled the gap today. If you're long in this thing, you might be able to get up into the $4 or $5 area here, but not bad though. I mean, it consolidated underneath the 20 MA, popped down, pretty much got all the longs, so you just stopped them all out there. Brought it right back up, get everyone to chase it, because everyone who sold at 225, they're chasing at $4, because that's what people do. You're right into the gap window, but you're above the MA. It's not bad. You need to get above that pivot, that $5 area, and maybe you can run up a little bit more. I don't play stocks like this really. They're just low floaters. I was gonna say, is it probably at the low end of the stick? And that's the allure of these stocks. If it got down, wow, look at that. Ooh, it was at 91 cents. So it went up. Oh, look at that. So it went down to 91, retraced up, brought it back in. Now start. Not bad. As long as we stay above the 20 MA on the monthly, this one, $5. Honestly, it could maybe run up to $9, $10, maybe. I don't know if it's a news-driven stock or what have you, but you gotta keep an eye on that. But it's definitely got to get above the $5 area before it does anything. And then the daily, let's see what it looks like on the daily. Yeah, daily's been going. If you're in it from $2 to $4, it's 100%. I'd be done with this one. But that's me. Again, starting to get a little choppy action up in here, but nothing for me to do on this one. This one, what does it usually trade? What, 10 million on the day? So it has liquidity in here to get in and out of it, but just not for me. Just these $3. Next thing you know, they're 50, and it's just like, dang, I can't time these things. I have a friend that times these things really good, so these are more for him. But yeah, again, if you're long, tighten up the stop. I wouldn't short this one or do anything, but long, you know what? You could ride it maybe a little bit more to $5. If it gets above that area, it could go to 8 or 9. So. John wants the market expectation for the market for the remainder of the week with the Fed. I don't know. I wish if I knew that, man, I'd be in my yacht right now trading with my satellite dish. I show everybody this one, buddy. When you're stretched so far, I don't care what news gets out there, what people are doing, how many people are telling you to buy. But when you get moves like this, and now you're getting a climax here, euphoria, Dow 20,000. It's a lot of times that's the end of the road here. You have, let me open this one up a little bit more. And I'm going to show this, and I keep saying I'm going to show this a little bit more. This was the bull run, when Greenspan was in the .com, then it blew up, and usually in the last one, see the big green candle right up to the double top, and then the kill. kind of the same way with the 2008s. You go up, then it pulls back into the 20 MA, then 3 months straight up where, oh man, we're going double top, all-time highs, and then crash. This one, it's just the light volume holiday action, Federal Reserve, central banks, and they're all just like, woohoo, it just keeps on going. It's never going to stop. So it will one day. My next level was 227.13. It'll probably be 230 now, even number. And then we'll just have to keep going and play it from here and there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks straight up from this, from this low. From the beginning of the year, again, these moves are they're just not good. These straight up moves, and this is the conditioning that people think these markets are never coming down. Believe me, one day they will. And I show people, you get a move like this, this could bring us right back to the double top. And when these start to break, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months straight down, wiped out 6 years of gains, so you got to be careful with these markets. That's why I don't want to go long these markets. I'd rather wait for the highs and then just try to nibble on the shorts and do it that way, because I just can't get caught, with my pants down. If this thing gaps down when it gaps down and all of a sudden it starts rolling, if this thing starts rolling over, it's just going to be quick and painless. I mean, we could be back down to 180 in no time, and I don't want to miss that move. 10 months up in 1 month can wipe out, 10 months of upside. So, but again, these markets got to be green towards the end of the year, and that's what they're trying to do here. These money managers have to have green years. Last year, they had a lot of negative years. A lot of hedge funds were negative on the year this year, and they're trying to make up for lost time. So that's why you got stocks moving in any direction that are making no sense at all. You could have stuff that gets 22 downgrades in a week, and the thing's flying to all-time highs, and you're just scratching your head going, yeah, but they downgraded this thing 12 times today, and why does this thing keep flying? But, they're just trying to squeeze shorts and get more, make more money. It is options X, quad witching on Friday. So you have a lot of stuff expiring, pretty much everything under the sun, so yeah, so that's, that's the reason why, as a business owner, the business cycle, we're almost at the top of the business cycle too. We were in the top of the business cycle right in here, right in 2005, 6. It took it a little bit longer. Double top right here. God, I wish I would have known that. Oh, I would have been short in this one. That's why, guys, I'm getting ready, because this isn't going to go up forever. And when it turns around, it's going to go right back down. Thinking Baba looked very weak with the tech making higher highs. Yeah, Baba, just can't get out of its own way. But you got to think, Baba, they had a hell of a run. I mean, look at these charts. I mean, this back in 2016, right in the beginning, was a $60 stock that ran 100%. Again, another 100% runner. And everyone right here, when we were shorting this thing, are starting to add, what are you doing, short Bobby? You're an idiot. It's like, I got to do it as a technical trader. We're into this big breakdown. We're into this big red bar. You got to do it. Problem is, all the bulls that bought it up here, they need a little higher prices to get out. So instead of just taking their loss at maybe $5, $6, here they are again, waiting for it to come back to double top, because they hyped this thing up. They were like, Baba's got to go up. It's in China. This is the best. So you gotta just be careful with this stuff here. That this is the stuff that we wait for, and then you got the 20 MA still here at $82. So this could fall easily another 10. Just got to be careful with stretch plays like this. Let's look at the daily really quick on this one. Daily chart, yeah, daily inside bar. We were back above the 20 MA. We're back below it again. So until we pop above this 94, 90, 94, 95, 50 area, this is a bearish pattern right here, setting up for lower prices. So you got to be aware of that. And for all the longs, IUTA should have been selling at 106, 105, right up here. This would have been your sell area. But most people hold on because they think it's going to go higher. And now they're, now from 105, they're at 9, they're 11, 12 bucks down from the high. They're probably still in the money if you bought from down in here. But the next thing you know, you're down here and you're like, damn, I'm back to square one. And all of a sudden it pulls back one more time. It fills this gap down here at 60 bucks. And you're like, holy crap. So these are the moves we're trying to capture. An up move and then a down move. We didn't capture the up move here, but we're going to try to capture the down move. That's what we're doing. Do you think that we can short Intel around 38 just for short term? Let's take a look. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. You know what? 38, yeah, you could probably take a stab at it. Like again, Intel at 38. Look at these runs these stocks have had. Yeah, that's not bad. You got a triple top actually. You got it coming back, retrace to this one, and you got yeah. I mean, I would love 38, 39, and possibly even 40 if for whatever reason this one runs up more. But look at, well, no, I shouldn't say that. I mean, Intel though, but I mean, this thing was sitting down here, it's getting to 12, then it get to 20, then come in and 20, and finally it's at 38 again. But look at this roost in 2000. Gosh, 70. You know how many people are still stuck in here? And that's why, so Intel, maybe it could probably pop up, but it's not a bad short area. If it gets through 40 or so, you're probably gonna have to cover. But let's look at it on the daily though. Let me see one more time. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. Yeah, if it gets back, fills the gap right around 38, then gets the double top. Yeah, but again, short-term trade, you're in and you're going to get it out. It might not, we just fit, we're almost at gap here. There's another gap there. Here, I'll put those in. So you have a gap at 36.98. You got a gap at roughly 37.30. Then you have another gap fill at 37.76. So yeah, if it straight shot, you want to see 1 bar, 2 bar, straight shot in here, expect the pullback. This thing starts coming, shoot me off an email. Look for me on StockTwits, let me know. But I want to see 2 big green bars up in the double top, and then you can take this one short. But it will be a quick, maybe $1 or $2 pullback, and then get the hell out. Again, no, unless the markets pull back completely too, then this one will be a $33 stock again, Yeah, and Microsoft, hold on. Yeah, Intel, yeah, that's not bad. You could probably do it there. CHK. Yeah, it already pulled. Gosh, was this Chesapeake, I think? Yeah, jeez. I mean, we did come in double top. That's pretty much where it stopped. You still have this little pivot up here around $9-10. Nothing really. I mean, we've had a pretty good run from 5 to 8. It is pulling back. Yeah, nothing to do on this one. Unless oil comes back. Oil comes back, this could probably fall. But I'd love to see that, maybe this gap fill here around the $10.30. But I don't know if it's going to make it there. You got this little pivot here. Little pivot there. You have this high pivot that it touched today. You had this resistance there too, and you're back below it. So, but someone's, with oil today kind of shucking and jiving up and down. You got a little tail here today, so someone's fighting for it. But you got to remember, there was a gap here that we filled too. So that's going to be support as well as this high pivot here, which was pretty much the low of the candle. So right now, this inside bar, selling bar that you wiped out, 5 days here, that's telling me a little bit bearish. I'd wait for a retrace here, and then I still wouldn't short it because it's an $8 stock. Hard to say. I guess if you short it, you get above 825, 840, get above this trend line, then you got to get the hell out. So be careful with that one. What price point are you basing the fib chart from? The moving average? No, from the low to the bottom. So say if you take the retrace, I'd take it from here to here, the retrace, from this low here, the last recent low to the last recent high. And well, the 382 as well. So, you're holding on to the 250. And it depends. There's different spots and stuff, stock guy, that you can pivot it from. You could test it there. If you go to the bigger time frame, you might be able to work a different, different situation there. That was the fib. You might go down from here, maybe to this level here, and then, on this one, a couple different things you can do. Basically you want to put that one there, and if you want to throw this one in here too, and then you look back to where your other ones were and say, okay, all right, let's see, we got a larger pivot from there. Oops, we don't want to. Oops, hold on, let me get rid of that. So now you got all these lines in there. It looks like a bunch of freaking mumbo jumbo. But now you got 2 blue lines here, so that's going to be a little bit of support. You got 2 green lines there, and this is coming from 2 different pivots. So you're just trying to put the reasons why you should take a trade in here. That's what you're really looking to do. So, and Microsoft, that was the other reason. Is it that? Microsoft. Is that it right there? No, that's definitely not it. Hold on, I got it over here. We added more short to that one too. And the reason why we added more short to that, you look at the monthly, and the same thing. This is the .com right here. I want to see confirmation on the monthly chart. before I stop out of this one. No way in hell. You know how many bag holders were here? You know, where you know, now they're getting a little bit of money where they're like, you know what, get me the hell out of this trade. You know, it took them 17 years almost to get back to square one for all the people who bought here. And if they're holding on for a little bit more, they're going to be in for it, you know, and that's what's going to happen with those guys. So that's why I added more today on that one. We did cover half though, and we did add more. So, you know, we're pretty much break even on the trade right now. So, but again, I'm not, you know, after this high, you can even probably follow it on the weekly. You know, if we close up here, I want to see it close in here, this area next week, basically. But again, Fed meeting tomorrow, so we're gonna, honestly, it'll probably be a non-event, most likely. How will IBM do? IBM. Okay. Ooh, IBM. Look at that. Weekly 200. That could be the end of the road for IBM. Maybe up in here. You do have a gap fill over there. Ooh, look at that. 200 MA 618. That's a great area of resistance. All right. So we took that. Let's see if we could find some more reasons, guys. Daily chart. Let's see what's going on with the daily. Yeah, daily. Look at that. A little bit stretch coming up into here. 618's right there. Yeah, that could be a candidate. Let's look on the monthly real quick. See if there's any more. Yeah, look at that. So you have the resistance up there at 171. Let's see if we could get a little higher on this one, guys. Maybe the 176, 180 area. And then I think we could take this one short too. Great retrace from 117 to 170. Bunch of resistance coming up, but a lot of times right now it's overshooting on the light volume. Let's see if we could get to this high pivot here around 176, 177. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, even this one here, you got the gap fill here. That would be even nicer, around 180, 182. But even this double top here, you know, anywhere I think in here, if we overshoot the 20 MA, but this usually the 200 MA, and it hasn't touched it since 2015, guys. That's going to be a brick wall unless these markets tend to float up. If they do, might be able to get higher prices. But if you're not short IBM, you could probably start nibbling here, but expect to add more around 175, and then maybe around the 180. So 70, you'd be about 10 bucks upside down. Want to do a couple hundred shares, do 100 here, 100 at double top, and maybe another 100 here at gap fill, or maybe 150, 200 at gap fill. Yeah, you can still go up to here though, but just be careful. But this right here should pull back. But let's keep an eye on IBM. Keep an eye on IBM. If it goes higher, let me know. I'll try to keep an eye on it too. Gilead. Let's see here. Yeah, Gilead's still weak. Still holding this great bearish pattern underneath the MAs. I'm still thinking it's going to 63. And then honestly, 46.70. But let's look at the daily. I think daily, did it get any sort of bounce? Yeah, it got a little bit of a bounce. But look at this thing, bounces up, comes right back to the retraces. What do we have? Yeah, the volume's not that great. Let's open this up a little bit more. Let's draw a new line in here. Hold on. Come on. Retrace. I want to take it from here. I'm going to take it a little bit closer to this high right there. What are those big lines? So there, I have a bigger fib in here too, but short though, you're in between the 5.0 and the 618 retrace. You're into this little bit of resistance up in this area. We are back above the 20 and the 50 MA, but overall on the weekly basis, we're still setting up to go lower prices, in my opinion. On the weekly, if we get above the 76.49 area and starts moving up, then maybe we get back to 83, 85, but that's going to be a tall task. You have weeks of consolidation here setting up for lower prices. Right now, it's not a long, not a short. I just wouldn't touch it. I mean, you know, Gilead, right here, we shorted this here on the retrace. At retrace, back into the 50 MA gap fill, you got to take that as a short, and we did. That was another one. Look at that. I mean, look at that. Boom, right back down. Double bottom. We were already out, and it still went lower. So you got to wait for almost one of those. And if you get a nice retrace back up, maybe into these area here, that might be the area. But for me, nothing to do on Gilead. Got to run. Thanks, John. Yeah, no problem, sir. Hey, have a good night, and thank you again for what you did for me. That was awesome. Let's see. Yeah, we'll see. I'll probably be on the charts or something tonight later on StockTwit, so we'll probably talk later, brother. All right, man. Have a good one, man. Take care. Be safe. Let's see. That's a Nike. If you still have time, yeah. NKE. Yeah, I'm running out of time, guys. But let's see. NKE. A-Key, same thing, monthly chart, just kind of chopping around, doing nothing. This was one that we shorted and it just went up and up and up and up, came back in, gave us that line, shorted again, came back in, shorted again. And, this has just been the one that keeps on giving, kind of like McDonald's, kind of like Home Depot, kind of like all these stocks, just kind of rinse and repeat. The big line here is this. If it could get over that, great. But right now, weekly chart, kind of like Gilead, just setting up below the MAs here. We still are above the 200 MA, but market sell. I think this one can easily come down here, 45.38. Honestly, back to $40. But you'll have good support in here. Let's see. Let's look at the daily. I think were they starting to move up a little bit. As people can help themselves to buy the dippers. Oh my gosh, it's low. It's Nike. It's only $49. This was a $70 stock. I got to get back in. But again, it's just bearish right here. We got it. We almost got above these highs here, and it came right back in. You still are above the MAs here. If you want to take this one long, you got to stay above the 20 and the 50. If it gets below that, you got to stop out because then this thing can definitely go lower. If you look at this one here, trend line, you got to look at the trend line as well. If you're long here, if it starts getting below the MAs, then this trend line, then you could probably expect lower price if the markets pull back. If the markets keep going up, you could probably get back up into this area here, gap fill, 55, 56 area, and then maybe back to this trend line. For me, I'd wait patiently to get up into this area again, and I'll short this thing again. To go long here, I don't know. You got a bearish pattern, not too good. Right now, it's just either way. It could go either way at this point. So for me, I'd rather wait for the shoot up here and be patient and then short it than trying to, scramble in here and try to get, this thing to push up when the markets are selling off or what have you. So just be careful with that one. Thanks, John, for everything. Hopefully, see you later this week. Yeah, I'm trying to hope so. I'm going to try to make it too. Did you look at the IBB? No, I can look at that one real quick right now. Ravi, no problem, man. Thank you for coming over and watching my videos. Jonathan, I have no problem doing this for you guys. Again, you guys are giving me trades too, so I'm making money too. So why the hell not? So let's see, IBB. Yeah, I didn't look at that one today. We did cover more of the short though when this thing was coming in. We do have a little bit of a position left in this one. Yeah, right now it's just consolidating underneath moving averages, setting up for lower prices. I've been saying when this thing was up here, I was saying this thing could easily go to 250 again, no problem. Here we are almost halfway there. So we shorted up in here. Again, we shorted here, we shorted there, we covered, shorted, covered, shorted, covered. And again, a stock that just keeps on giving, guys. The Night of Fire, no problem. Thank you for showing up too, brother. Or girl, you could be a girl too. I don't know. But IBB setting up for lower prices. The one big pattern that I'm always showing people here is on the monthly. This monthly pattern is a bearish monster. If this thing cracks, I wouldn't doubt we go back into the 200s. I wouldn't doubt we go lower. This was look at this one, guys. Inflated pig, stretch chart. What happened? Right back to the 20, came in. See how the 20's rolling around now? 20 rolls around in the price. This thing's going downtown, Charlie Brown. And this is one I'll show the other gentleman. What was your name? We're stock guy. Maybe take a pivot here on here. There's a couple different places. But right now, we're into the 382. We're in between the 750. I mean, here's a 618 down here. This is coming from this pivot here. I mean, we could probably take one from here as well. You know what? Let's do that. So let's get this one out of here. We can even take this one out of there. And let's just go a bigger retrace before I take off here. We could go retrace from there and see what's going on. Right now we're in 5.0 retrace. We're into here. Remember the other one that we took from the lower pivot, 7.5 or 618 was right here, but now you have the 750. So you had the 618 right about here. You have the 750 around 194. So if this does come into 200, 790, or 295, 294, or 194, gosh, I'm into these high flyers with the Amazons and Googles, but it can easily come down and come right back into the $200 area, 190 area. Let's just look on the weekly. Yeah, weekly too. Look at this, down. Now we're just channeling up and down. Boom, boom, boom. It's like cover, short, cover, short, cover, short, cover, short, cover, short, cover. I mean, how many times can you do this? Now we're below the MAs on the weekly. That's a weak stance too. If this thing breaks, $200, here we come. There'll be a $70 drop, and this might be, maybe Trump will tweet with the bios, and this thing just gets killed. I would love that. I'll cover mine. If this gets to the 200, I'll actually try to ride this one long for a couple days. So, all right, guys, we're actually even on the day after hours. The SPY's not doing too much, but the one that caught my eye today was the IWM. You know, this one was trying to, this one should always be the leader. It was always lagging. It goes straight up, straight up, trying to lead. Keep an eye on the IWN. Keep an eye on the IYT. If these start coming in, that's not going to be good for the markets, guys. These things were lagging for a while until right here. Straight. It was almost like Trump goes, we're going to rally the IYT and the IWM to all-time highs, get everyone on board. And then if these start falling before everything else, the IWM and the IYT, got to watch out. These things could lead the way back down. This one, yeah, this finally did do the double top. Jeez. Let's go to the monthly real quick before I take off here. Hey, guys, thank you guys for coming over here. Can you please show the toolbar you are using? The toolbar. I'm not sure what you're saying, Sam, with that. The toolbar? I mean, this is the toolbar here. I mean, this is nothing really. These are just editing my chart and all that stuff. This is my time frame. This just pops up. The toolbar I usually use, I mean, I use Alt-H. That gives me my trend line there. Alt-T gives me my drawing there. And then Alt-R gives me my retrace. That's pretty much the tools I use. You know, that's it. And then the moving averages and stuff like that. But there is really no toolbar. I got all this stuff up here. I don't even know what half of it is, to be honest with you. But I do know, I'll use this one. Say if I throw a trade on StockTwits, I'll say, hey, here's your area where you're looking for a double top, just to give somebody a reference. But it's usually just trend lines and Fibonacci retraces. Yeah. For retracements, it's just a Fibonacci retrace. I think if you pull it up here, I don't even know what it comes in at. I don't even know. I don't know the software. All I know is those 3 buttons. I think there's a tools or something on here. I don't even know. Gosh, I'm an idiot. I know I think it's somewhere on here too. I don't even know, to be honest with you. I know it's somewhere on here. Let's see, tools. I know it was somewhere here. Close position, add alerts, remove studies, edit chart, style, time. I don't even know. All I know is if I go Alt R, that's what brings up my fibs. You got to be quick at the draw. Yeah, Alt R. This is E signal. I might have set it up that way. Gosh, do you have E signal, Sam? Can you show the toolbar you're using? Are you on E signal with me? They have some stuff. I know it's somewhere in here. Gosh, where is it? Data, lock, time, style. Oh, drawing tools. There you go. Insert drawing tool. Then you go down here, you have the Fibonacci retrace. That's what you got right there. That's what you want, Fibonacci retrace. And then you have on your Fibonacci retrace, you want the 250, the 382, the 50 retrace, the 618, and the 750, and then double zeros is what you are using. E-signal standalone, yeah, E-signal, that's standalone. You got it. It's the same on all of them. I think like I use Thinkorswim too, which is going to be with Scott Trade, so those are going to combine as well. And the same stuff. Is it on your toolbar up there? Yeah, I think it is. I think it's right here. This one. Or this one. It's on one of these. I'm not sure, but like I said, yeah, it's on one of those. But mine is Alt-R. And I think I did Alt-R for retrace, and then Alt-H for horizontal, then Alt-T for just trend line. That was me setting up the quick tools or whatever you want to call hotkeys. Yeah, my broker Merrill Lynch gave this to me. Is it up on a toolbar? Yeah, it's somewhere. It's a Fibonacci retrace. And I use it like, you can take a retrace from here to here. Because, I mean, typically if you get a retrace, you're coming back here to these green lines. The green lines are the goal lines, the 382, the 618, then the 750 and the 250. 750 and the 618 are usually the big ones when it retraces. Sometimes you'll get a shallow one. It's the devil. Yeah, right. There's this being a retracement and extension. Well, an extension, yeah, an extension move, like in the NVIDIA. Sure, the extension move, this is more NVIDIA here. That's an extended move. Hell yeah. But I'll put a fib in there. You know, that's why, you know, I mean, really, realistically, if you put a fib from this bottom here to the top, I mean, 618 is usually the big number, and that's at 52 bucks. You know, that's what I'm saying. This thing can easily pull back. You know, you could take a fib from up here a little bit more, but that's a big fib retrace. And I'm telling you, this is an extension, and the fib is just a fib. You know, you can stick a fib in here too, you know, from up and down. You know, like look at this one. So it comes back in, bounces to the 382, comes back down, goes almost to the 618, comes back down. And in this, you know, in this case, this one was making lower highs. You know, nothing was wrong with this one, lower highs, and then finally it just took off. So there's a retrace. Yeah, so the retracement is just the Fibonacci, and extension is just extended. That's the difference. And right now, you know, we look at the monthlies, we try to play some of these extended moves. I mean, look at the GIMO trade. This one just keeps on giving back. I don't know if anyone's in this one still. We shorted this one and took it, and it just keeps going down. You know, honestly, this could easily go back to 41 bucks and then definitely down to 35 bucks. You know, and the extended move plays, you know, you got to know what you're doing, of course. You know, you just don't pick them, but they're powerful plays. And look at this. We pulled back 2 days massively on this one, filled the gap, held in a bearish, you know, down, sideways, bearish manner, starting to break apart. Still trying to hold on to the gap here. But you know, this break today, I mean, this will probably lead us right to the 40 buck level, 41 bucks. So, you know, so if you're still short that one, that was a great trade, you know. Alta too. I mean, Alta, that was another one we shorted. That was a 1-day scalp trade and a 1-day swing trade, and we were out. This thing's setting up for lower prices too until we get above this trend line and start maybe going to double top. If it goes back up into this area, 1272, I'll short this thing again. But right now, this is a bearish pattern, possibly lower prices to come. Now we're just waiting on the markets to fall apart. If the markets fall apart, guys, we'll be in good shape on a lot of these trades. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I have to get out of here and do some favors. Like I said, my kids have their little Christmas thing today at their school, so I can't wait to watch that. Love my kids, love the trade, love life, guys. And when you learn how to trade and read these charts, is your PC? Yeah, everything's Windows. I have Macs too. I have a Mac at home. I run boot camp on my laptop. That's how I get the charts at home. I have a couple monitors there too, but right now I'm running 6 monitors. They're all 27-inch screens. Hey, no problem, Sam, man. You know, thank you for showing up, man. Can't do this by myself, guys. You know, eventually I'd love to do the I'm going to have a sign-up thing on my website, guys, where you could just sign up. It's going to be free. I just want emails and stuff, and when I get emails and I can shoot out a thing, what I want to do is maybe go to meeting and actually have people where everyone can talk and see how that works. If not, I might do Google Hangout. And then we could see each other and talk there too. I don't know how many people Google Hangouts can handle, but right now we have an average of maybe 20 people. Sometimes we have a little bit more. Hey, no problem, man. No problem, Beckham. But yeah, you know, I'm just trying to do, you know, I'd love to have you guys talk more, to be honest with you. I don't have to talk all the time. If I had to go to the bathroom or anything, I can actually go to the bathroom. So it's StockBookie.com. So I have a lot of my videos, and then plus if you sign up for that, I want to have some. This should be too. But yeah, you know, I've been involved with some chat rooms at one point, and sometimes, you know, if they get too big, you got 100 people in there. There's so many people talking over each other. Then you got to kind of handle it. And a lot of these traders that have these chat rooms, they have 2 people running them. So one person's looking at the questions, one person's running it. It's only me right now. So, you know, maybe in the futures, like I said, maybe I do a chat room. Maybe I charge a little bit so we can have, you know, go to meeting, right? You know, I don't want to keep paying for all this crap and then, you know, having this stuff for free. You know, I can do it, but, you know, it still takes a lot of my time too, guys. And I gotta make some money getting, you know, for my time. You know, that's what my wife, you're not getting paid to do this crap. What are you, nuts? I'm like, well, you know, I'm going to trade anyway, so I might as well just do it. But eventually, like I said, maybe one day I do it and we all make money and blah, blah, blah. So, all right, yeah, so StockBookie.com, I have videos up there. I don't have a lot of stuff, a little bit. I just started making that. I'm not a website builder, guys, so I'm slowly starting to do that one. I'm using WordPress, I think it is. So, but it's coming together. You know, you could go to the website and get all the videos on YouTube instead of going to YouTube or what have you. But eventually, I want to have people sign up, and then you know, we'll go from there. I don't know. I don't know where this venture is going to lead me. I'm relatively new with doing the videos and all that stuff for Been doing it for about a year, but I was doing some consulting for a year, so I disappeared. And about 3 months ago, I'm doing a lot more of this. I'm still consulting a couple people, but not at 100% where I just, where I'm tied to them and that's it. I can't add feedback, sign up. Yeah, I think if you sign up with an email and stuff, then you can add, a comment and stuff. Like I said, I just started doing my stuff. So, but I will have an area where if you do sign up with the email, then you'll get I'll make different charts on maybe Nvidia that, if you're only a member on my site, it will be free right now at least. But you'll get access to some different feeds, some different charts, some different trades I didn't post on Twitter, just stuff. At the end of the day, guys, if I charge, it's going to be minimal, 25 bucks a month, 50 bucks a month. But if you follow me and I do a live chat room, I will make you your 50 bucks a month back and then some, no problem. That's why it'll almost be free. And that's why I want to kind of keep it cheap. I don't need the money. I just would like to make money so I can hire somebody to run my printing company so then I could do this full time, because I can't give up my printing company because I've worked 14 years building that company up and I'm just not going to close it. I'd rather have someone run it. But if I can make money where people pay me to trade or help them trade, then I could pay that guy, kind of pay it forward. I don't need the money. But if I can make $5,000 a month with people paying me for a subscription, then I can hire a decent guy to run my company. That's the way I'm looking at it. So I make money trading, guys, believe me. So, oh, I can't feedback. Yeah, I'll get something to sign. I think you could just sign. I think if you click on the video and leave a comment, I think that's where it signs up. But honestly, I don't even know. I'll let you leave for today, but be sure to stay in touch about your site. Yeah, again, I was working on it diligently for a couple weeks, and then I just stopped because I have too much going on with Christmas and all this crap. So, all right, guys, thanks again for coming to my live session. I'm hoping to do one possibly tomorrow. If not, I'll do one on Thursday or Friday. I won't be doing a video tonight, or maybe if I get some time later on. I just can't do them at my house. For some reason, they won't produce in HD or 720. They come in at like 480, and they're decent, but I spend hours on these things, and I'd like to have a little bit of time. So, all right, guys, thanks again for coming to the live feed. Hopefully you have a great night. Stay safe, stay warm if you're in the colder areas in the country or around the world. And again, thanks for coming to my live stream. And that's it for today, guys. God bless, and we'll see you on the charts.